I restarted my life when I was 31 years old. Over that time of from the 22 to 31, $90 to $100,000 on drugs and trying to save her. In 2014, 2015, 2016, that point about $55 to $60,000 on clinics and rehabs. So it was just me and them. We were on our own. It was really, really, really fucking hard. I didn't know what I was doing. It was terrifying. I did not drink or do any drugs of any sort. Literally restructured my entire life and what I actually wanted out of life. This is a little bit of insight into the industry. Back in 2008, 2009, 2010, that dude was running more gear than anyone has ever heard of. But when you have the entire industry behind the scenes saying this motherfucker's pushing it, from what I heard, it was around that 6, 7. Everybody does find their sweet spot, and it is different for everybody. At 1,000 mgs a test, I knew that did that a lot, and things have changed now, and I would not recommend that because it's just gonna blow you out. It's not that they're not effective, but those were the 3 drugs that I ran the most. She's young, hot redhead. And I'm like, oh, if I'm gonna sit here, at least I have something nice to look at. That's cool. But I'm like, you're probably fucking crazy too. Bitches are crazy. For me, and Masteron, I was like, fuck me, is this wild. Completely different look. And then, I'm not just gonna approve this because you want it approved right now. I don't give a fuck what you feel. I don't care if this is really hard for you right now. You're gonna make it fucking better. Not for me, not for you, but for the people. Dude, I built into that for years. Years it took me to get to that point. You can't just start eating 3 Anadrol a day. Whenever you're 5'6", 235 pounds in really good shape, and you're running 700 mgs of Tren a week, like 100 mgs a day, I'm going to attain a fucking look that is going to be much different than with 190 pounds. Highest revenue items that we have all came from the worst times in my life. Like, I don't have problems, just more work to do. Go to a dark place in your head, really absorb it all. Listen to fucking stoic, intense songs when you train and just let it out. But you have to know you're not allowed to stay there. I'm not the most tech savvy guy. I'm getting better because we're building out our new facility, so camera equipment, and I'm trying to get into just learn as much as I can about it. I should have did it years ago, but
which is honestly crazy because like the quality of your content has always been peak, dude.
Well, that's everybody else. That's the team. I need to level my game up.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they're good at it. I'm not.
I mean, hey, that's like what is that? That's the entrepreneur mindset, though, right? If you can't get somebody who can.
I know I have a fucking killer team. Everything that we're doing this year with content, what we have planned is really cool. Like I'm very creative minded, like from the creative standpoint, like I love all that shit. But then when it comes to like the details of the fine details of execution, that's where like, I need the people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the same way, to be honest, which is really sad because I don't hire anybody.
Dude, I think I had a hard time in the beginning, like bringing more people into the circle of everything.
Yeah.
Because I keep everything protected. And then like as we grew, I'm like, I didn't have a choice, but like, I like to keep things very close to me. Like I have a little bit of an issue micromanaging, which over the past like year, I've really removed myself from a lot because I like to be involved in fucking everything.
Okay.
Sometimes that's a bad thing. Sometimes.
I mean, would you say that's because, do you think that's related to like some kind of perfectionist mindset or just like how much you care about what you're creating for people?
Both. I am a perfectionist. Like, dude, being a pro bodybuilder, if you want to be a pro bodybuilder at a high level, you gotta be OCD.
Yeah.
You gotta be like, I mean, dude, you're measuring your fucking rice by like the grain of rice, like per gram. You're like, look at this. Like, you start getting a little fucking weird. You're a little funky.
Yeah.
Like behind closed doors, like I love my wife. Everything's this and great. And she's like, this motherfucker is crazy.
Yeah.
He is insane. And it's like, I am.
By the way, I always start recording in the beginning if that's chill.
Yeah, dude, I'm cool.
Yeah,
no worries, dude. I'm
right.
excited. I'm excited for this. I appreciate you having me on and reaching out. And I'm pumped, dude. What you're doing is really cool because it's it's you. So I'm pumped. I'm excited because I'm getting freed up to do more content.
Yeah.
And start just reaching different people that know who I am, but might not know some of the details about me just because of different demographics. Like you're a little bit of a younger cat. So it's like just making sure that people understand, like, you know, where some of the older heads are, or a figure like myself that people see me from. There's people that know me. They're like, oh, you're the Machiavelli motivation guy. And I'm like, people know me fucking right.
Those are so sick though.
I know. That's what I mean. Like, it's navigating through it and over, like I said, bringing on more people and getting into content. Like I just want to be out there doing cool shit, dude.
I love that, dude. And I think there's a lot of people even in this audience that love that too, because you got a few Q&As asking you to do more of the old school training videos and all that shit too.
Oh yeah. I'm excited.
It's in the requests.
Excited.
Before I go on though, because obviously I told you this in person, how I was literally watching you 10 years ago, dude. But what you're saying about the obsessive thing, I still have homies that have videos of me from us getting back at 2 a.m. after festivals, of me taking out chicken breast from the fridge and measuring unsalted and unseasoned chicken breast on my body scale or weighing scale that I brought to a fucking festival in another state. So
people,
and they still give me shit for it.
Yeah, because but I think that doing stuff like that just helps, it builds character. And that's why I always say, like, if you're into lifting weights and if you're into bodybuilding a little bit, like if you like following bodybuilding or like, man, I'd like to do a show one day. I'm a bigger advocate now than I've ever been of saying, fuck it, do it. Just do it. It doesn't matter if you suck. Who cares if you suck at it or you don't think you're ready? What it is going to do to your mind is going to be wild. Because whenever you're really fucking hungry and you're not allowed to eat and you got to do more cardio, or you start weighing things out, like you're like, oh, okay, this is this meal. This is this meal. It starts to organize your brain in a different way, and you start to become this next version of yourself that you might not know it existed inside of you. So like you said, like weighing things out after a festival or like a really long weekend when it's like, you should probably just eat fucking something. You're like, has to be this though. It has to be this.
Yeah.
It starts doing something and it develops you into, you know, like I said, the next level of you, you know, might bring something out you didn't know was inside of you.
Yeah, man. One of the closest things that I can relate to that at this moment, which is really freaking ironic, my obsessiveness of staying lean for so long and how hard it was for me to stay shredded and counting macros. And then, dude, I had to cut on like 1,200 calories for the show that I got my pro card in. And cause I was fucking tiny, bro. But dude. Yeah. And, now we got Retatrutide.
Yeah.
And GLPs. It's crazy, bro.
I haven't fucked with any of these, but there's some people that are like, everybody responds a little bit differently from what I'm understanding. And people are like, the Reta, it changes the entire game. They're saying it changes everything. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that because I might like it too much.
I know, right?
I don't need to, you know, because I'm like, no harm. I don't know a whole lot about peptides. And all I know is the things that I did put into myself, I really fucking liked. So maybe I shouldn't introduce more shit into there.
Yeah. Yeah, for real, dude.
But it's legit. Do you like it?
I like it, man. I mean, I honestly felt as guilty as probably you might have when I first started. I was like, dude, there's no way. You guys just made bodybuilding this much easier. Like, really? I was really salty for a while, man, because dieting was the hardest fucking part for me. I'm like Fuad, where I could like smash an entire pizza or a whole buffet.
Dude, I think I honestly, dieting is, if we were to like give myself a report card on bodybuilding training, A+, dude. Like, I will say that's where I will let my ego fly. Fucking training, I am top notch at it. Dieting, I'm like an A-, B+. Like I can suffer, but like I fucking hate it with a passion. I'm good at it. I can get people in shape. I got myself into fucking crazy shape. But like, it's just something that I'm not phenomenal at.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, but that's where the Reddit comes in and what people have been saying about these peptides, where it's like, it just takes everything to the next level.
Yeah. You might like Reddit a little bit too much then.
That's what I mean. Like I have, my thing is I have everything in my life on fucking lock right now. Like how I train, how I prioritize my calories. I'm able to eat a peanut butter and jelly rice cake every single fucking night of my life and still stay in really good shape and look pretty damn good. I'm in a really good spot right now, dude. I can't lose.
Yeah.
So like I get a sweet treat every single day. I'm good. If I add something in there, I'm like, oh, fuck. Can't do it.
Sad how bodybuilding made me obsessive about rice cakes of all things, dude.
People are still like, you eat rice cakes. I'm like, I love them. I don't know what's good. I'm like, I just think it's 35 calories. It's the greatest thing in the world. It's fucking super easy. I stay lean and look good. Fuck it.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Rice cakes and almond butter.
Yeah.
What's up, homies? I'm back at my new place now in Vegas, and we just came out with some new shirts for the Trensparent merch. None of the basic shit. Now we got some new sick styles, a little bit of a metal and rock inspired, some other shit, you know, and then also a bunch of new colors. So you guys want to check that out on the site? That's www.icons, spelled AYKONS, icons.com/Nile. That'll automatically apply the Nile discount code and get you right to the site where we have the new designs up. And some of the stuff like the cutoff are 380 GSM French terry cotton, so pretty high quality stuff that were helped design by my boy Dion, one of my best friends in the world. This is the guy that he and I went through a lot in life in the last decade as our best friend Ryan passed away, and I'm really happy that I got to do this with him. But anyways, this is out, so if you guys ever need anything or you have any complaints, I'm fucking here. Just let me know. Let's ride this shit out and grab life by the balls, baby. Peace. I had to give you your flowers, by the way, bro, but you're definitely... And I think there's definitely a good amount of the audience that already know this, but you're one of the first pros that talked so openly and real about all of this stuff, man. And I still remember watching your videos 10 years ago, to the steroid drugs and life videos, to the shoulder workouts back in college, even before I even knew what Anadrol was, bro. And I was like, this is one hardworking, real ass motherfucker, bro.
I go ahead. Sorry, keep going.
I appreciate like all those videos that you posted, because one off, like I think so many people were just afraid to talk about that back then. You know what I mean? And along with you openly talking about that, I think that kind of just even made more concrete the fact that like I can listen to you about the things that you were talking about when it came to the things that we just went through life, things that were unrelated to bodybuilding. And all your philosophies always resonated with the things that I've been through and pushed me forward in the past, such as like just be a good motherfucker, work hard in every aspect. There's no perfect person for everyone out there, no perfect relationship. Just all of these things that you talked about, I think always resonated. And maybe they resonated like a little bit less when I was younger. I was just like, okay, this is like an older figure, like an older brother figure, an older dad figure, and I'm going to listen to him. But as I grew older, every couple of years, something would happen and I would be like, oh, fuck, dude. Life is fucking crazy.
I appreciate you saying that. It's cool to, I was the young guy coming up at one point, and I had OGs like I watched Jay Cutler in his prime, like BJ Cutler. So like being the younger guy and now being like an OG of YouTube, people were like, bro, you were one of the first ones to do this. And I remember your shoulder videos from 10 years ago. I'm like, fuck, I've been in this for a minute. And, but it's cool because like you said, like an older brother, a dad figure, like that's really, you know, I talk a whole lot about life. I had a kid in college when I was 22 years old is when I had my daughter. She's 18 now, you know, graduating college or graduating high school, going to college. It's wild to be in this position, but just what you said, like a lot of the things that I've said and how it resonates with a lot of young men was, I know eventually they'll come to these videos and they'll see things or they'll hear me say things and be like, motherfucker, dude, he was right. I know that as these young men start to develop, and as these younger guys that are in their late teens, early 20s, develop in the young men into their mid 20s, 26, 27, they're going to start seeing that life is actually a giant cunt sometimes. And like, you're going to have to work through it. And you're going to be like, I didn't know I could feel like the strongest, most incredible young man and know everything at 25, 26. And then when I'm 27, all of a sudden feel like I know nothing. I don't know where the fuck I am in life right now. I don't know what happened to me as a man. I feel like I'm in this stagnated stalemate position and I don't know what to do. Holy fuck. Like, there's so many young men, and it happens at different times. It might happen at 23, 25, 27. And it's like, what do I do at that point? Or you've been with this girl, your girl for the past 5 years. And then all of a sudden at 26 years old, the whole relationship just disappeared.
Yeah.
And you're like, I have to find out who I am again.
Yeah.
I don't even know what kind of young man I am. It's this wild thing that occurs. And it's like, that's why a lot of the things I talk about in life and what the gym has done for me at those low points and how to work through them. Because being a young man today is a lot fucking harder than it was 15 years ago, in my opinion. Like, it's a crazy world today. So it's cool hearing you say that, because that's what I want to happen. Like these younger guys, like you're you becoming a younger man now, like what you say matters for these younger cats. And hopefully some of the things that you're saying is, we're still complete degenerates as guys. Like, we're still fucked up.
Yeah.
We still do crazy, dumb shit, but it's like, there's part of being a man that you got to develop. So cool.
I've never talked about this at all publicly, just because I felt like it wasn't really the time. Plus, I want to respect I want to respect the people involved. And I don't know if she may be listening to this or not, because she said she will continue to keep tuning into my podcast. But I'm sure it's not really a secret anymore, but just so people have an understanding. My ex and I recently, just as you said, it was a relationship that, out of all the relationships I've ever been in my life, this was finally the one where I was like, this is it, I'm going to move with her next to her family to the other side of America in some fucking random bum-ass town where nobody lives. We're going to buy a house. We're going to build a gym. We're going to have kids. And we're going to name the kids after our two best friends that both died on the same day, Ryan and Liv. And, it's nobody's fault. But as you say, in life, sometimes things just happen. Sometimes the universe or God just acts in really weird ways. And there really wasn't anything wrong with the relationship, to the fact that even her family still loves the relationship and wish that it was happening. It was just by situations, circumstances, and dealing with certain hormones and such things that are things like birth control that can be extremely powerful over how you feel, over your desires, over the things you want in life. It's the same thing as like maybe us young men whenever we were taking our first cycles, and maybe they were a little bit more than we needed at the time. Mm-hmm. And suddenly we felt things that we hadn't felt before. Mm-hmm. But honestly, just out of nowhere, it's not happening anymore. So now it's like the world is my oyster again. I can be wherever I want. The path I'm going to take forward is going to be completely different than it was before. And now it's just me remapping and refining what my way is.
And I didn't know that.
I mean, it's not the first time that shit's happened where we're just like, holy fuck. Like, I'm sure that you've had people pass away that were absolutely not expected to pass away anytime soon. I think sometimes things just happen. If it was like a relationship that was toxic, I feel like that would have been totally different, because it'd be like, okay, I'm like prepared for something to happen, but sometimes shit just happens out of nowhere, and then we're forced to still move forward. So I wanted to ask you, because you always have such great advice for me, for people that are listening to you. I've heard a little bit of your story from like Fluid's podcast back in the day, from some of your own YouTube videos. And I was hoping to ask you, even though it might be a little bit tough to jump into right off the bat, what was the hardest thing that you've ever had to go through outside of bodybuilding?
So you and her are no longer together?
Mm.
Did she pass away?
No. She didn't pass away, but there was just a lot of. I don't want to. It's hard for me to go in depth because obviously I don't know I have a feeling of what the people associated and what she would want private, for example. You know
Sure.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I think
no.
I'm going to continue to try to plan to keep
I
those
just
as
wanted
private as
to-
possible.
Yeah, I just
but I
wanted
mean,
to clarify that for that. But no, it's
she's good. We're just completely different directions now.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that. I mean, it's that you saying that now, like I was just, that is an example because I restarted my life when I was 31 years old. And I think that in today's society, a lot of young men, like it's easy to get lost and we restart our lives. And it's super scary because, like I said, like we could think that we knew everything. I know everything. I'm a dad of 3. I got multiple businesses. I have all these great things in my life that people see and they're like, look at Seth. He's got all these great things. And I'm like, my daughter she's 18. She's going to college. Pre-med bio genetics is what she wants to study. And I'm like, holy fuck, you're going to college. I don't know what to do right now. Meanwhile, I'm like Seth Feroce. I know everything under the sun. And that's a shock to me that I have to really adapt in my life and work through. And I'm super proud and it's exciting, but it scares the shit out of me. But Adeline is my oldest. I had her when I was 22 years old in college. Her biological mother, she's no longer in her life, hasn't been in her life for probably about 10 years now. That was, I was 31, so I'm 41 now. So the hardest thing I've ever had to do was that portion of my life. My ex, we partied a lot in college, partied a ton.
And we all did.
It was a bit much for us. And then it never really stopped for my ex. She got really into it. And we dabbled here and there, had Adeline in college, but then it just progressively got worse over time. The long story short is that she eventually became an opiate addict. She got into heroin and got into the heavy, ugly stuff. And that's whenever I had to be like, hey, this got to stop. It's got to change. It's detrimental and threatening the children's lives. Some of the personal things that happened, it got really scary. And at that point, we also had Emmy. And so there was 2 girls and us, and it was really bad. I spent my life savings trying to save her. When I was 30 years old, I was sponsored, had all the fucking money. I had a great job, all these things. And this was right whenever I was starting to build All American Roughneck. And I'd spent over that time from the 22 to 31, probably 90 to $100,000 on drugs and trying to save her. Clinics, rehabs, you name it. In 2014, 2015, 2016, that point probably about $55,000 to $60,000 on clinics and rehabs. Spent everything I could to try and save her life, save our family, save everything. And it didn't work because whenever someone's an addict, they have to want to help themselves. And if they don't help themselves, it's not going to get better. And at that point in 2016, that's whenever I got full custody of the girls. It was just me and them. And we were on our own. It was really, really, really fucking hard. I didn't know what I was doing. It was terrifying. I did not drink or do any drugs of any sort for 6 months. Literally restructured my entire life. And I had to rewire my brain and what I actually wanted out of life. And as a young man, I'm 30 some years old. I'm 31 years old, being like, I got to refigure out who I am, what I want out of life. What do I see my life? And at that point, that's why I stopped drinking or smoking any weed or anything like that. Cause I was like, I have to think incredibly clearly right now. I have to think so clear because it's not just me. It's also 2 little girls and they no longer have a mother figure in their life. And I am a very traditional man that believes that you need a very present father and a good woman, a good mother in your life, just for development, whether you're a little boy or a little girl. Having a good man and a good woman, there's nothing like the love of a good woman. That's been a saying forever because it's so true. And I'm like, I don't have that now. And I don't think I should have it, or I don't think I should be just chasing down a whole bunch of women right now, because I can get my rocks off and get laid, but I need to find a woman, because that's what I need in my life, and that's what my girls are going to need. And that's going to be a super fucked situation of raising 2 children that are not your own as a woman. Very scary position to be in. But, and at that point I was like, okay, I need to focus on myself. What do I actually like? What do I want out of life? And who am I? Like, who am I as a man? Like, I'm Seth Feroce. No. Let's remove the name. Who are you? What do you stand for? And what do you want out of life? This beautiful gift that we have here, that you get to wake up every day. I got 10 fingers, 10 toes, a beating heart, lungs that work, a brain. I can fucking take over the world if I want to. I just have to believe in myself. So it's like that whole concept of the hardworking motherfucker, the being a good man, being a good hardworking motherfucker. That's when things really started coming to life in this time period, because it was such shit. Like, I knew it was trash. I knew I wasn't in a good headspace and I needed to figure myself out. And that's whenever I just started having all these personal conversations. And you really have to rewire your brain. Like I said, what do I want out of life? And I started, like I was starting to say earlier, like a creative mindset. Like, I'm super creative. Like, I don't like the details of execution get a little blurred for me, but where it became was I started daydreaming. Like, what do I actually want? How do I see myself? Do I see myself with, like, what would I imagine a great date to be like with a woman? What would I like my life to be? How could I see it? Well, this is something I maybe have said publicly like one time. It's probably got lost in all the shit that I said. But I said I wanted to find a woman that would want to build a life with me on a piece of property, and see her like, I see her wearing a sundress. I just see her like being this like yellow sundress, beautiful woman that would be like this warm, sexy, loving figure in my life. Like, that's what I was envisioning. I was like, I just see this. That's all I kept seeing. Every time that I would go on this fucking visionary quest of like the life and the woman and the children and all this thing that I want, like, that's what I kept seeing. And the figure didn't really have like a certain color of hair. It was just this aura, if you will, like this yellow sundress, beautiful property. And I was like, kept coming back to it. So during that shit time, that's whenever deadlifts and gummy bears became a thing, because I would go to the gym, get whacked out on pre-workout, lift heavy weight, go fucking crazy, and eat an Anadrol or two and do some really crazy shit. But then there was that side of that, what am I looking for as a man? So again, and that's also where I kind of developed this concept of like, we as men have many different personalities that live within inside of us. That fucked up, crazy, intense deadlifts and gummy bears concept, where I'm fucking yacked out on pre-workout, eating Anadrol, deadlifting 600 fucking pounds. And then this me where I was as a dad, loving like, I love my girls and all these, because we have these romantic sides, these crazy sides, these protective sides, these degenerate sides that we don't know what to do with, where I feel like doing some drugs now. Or I feel like just, drinking a few beers or drinking a 12-pack or getting fucked up with the boys. What the fuck is going on in our heads as men and trying to navigate through all that? So fortunately, I was just somehow, the grace of God, like I met Hannah, and she became that woman that I built this life with. Whenever I met Hannah, sorry, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to ask, how did you guys meet?
So I was in my mode of like, I'm good on women. I started dating a whole bunch of women trying to find this figure in my head. And I was like, it's not working out. I was like, these bitches, I can't talk to you. This is not good. And my daughter wanted to do gymnastics. So I took her to gymnastics at a local facility here. And one of her friends was doing it. So we went there, and I had I had a car seat with me. So I'm in there, and I'm pretty fucking jacked at this point too. So I got a big, huge beard, jacked dad, carrying this other baby in here. She's 2. and drop an Addy off. And then I'd sit in the stands and watch her. And then there was this, pretty hot redhead. She's young, hot redhead. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to sit here, at least I have something nice to look at. That's cool. Well, this is good. This is good. But I'm like, you're probably fucking crazy too. Bitches are crazy. You guys are fucking nuts. So I keep to myself. And then it was probably 2 months in. And then she eyeballed me and I was eyeballing her. So we got each other's attention. And I'm like, fuck, what am I doing? I can't do this. This is where my daughter does gymnastics. Don't fuck this. Like, the conversation that we have. And then we ended up starting to slip into each other's DMs and then just started chatting. And I'm like, she was 22 and I was 32 and she was 22. And I'm like, what am I going to fucking have in common with a 22-year-old? This is not a good idea, dude. And then my business partner, Bob, I was like, I told him and he's like, Seth, he's like, you have talked to women that are 35, 25, single moms, young girls that are, he's like, dude, what's the worst that can happen? He's like, just go on the date and shut the fuck up, dude. He's like, just go. You seem to be happy, so you're talking to her. And then we went out on a date and actually hit it off. I was like, she's a really nice girl. I kind of like her. I was like, I'll be damned. And of course, she had a bunch of people saying, it's not a good idea. He's got 2 kids and this. But we ended up just hitting it off. And then we really liked each other. And she just became that figure in my life that was like this beautiful aura of a woman. And I was like, you're super young, but I just feel like, I don't know why I'm connecting with you at 22. I'm like, this is kind of fucked. And then I was like, maybe stop trying to make sense of it, Seth. Stop trying to think about it. Stop trying to figure it out. Just roll with it. And then we built a life together, I told her, I was like, hey, I'm thinking of starting a supplement company, And she's like, that's wonderful. Sounds like such a good idea. And I'm like, this is a huge fucking deal in my head. And being like, you just like, it's a good idea. I'm like, I'm going to spend all my money that I've made with this company. And she's like, that sounds like something pretty intense. You sure that's a good idea? And I'm like, yeah, I think so. And she's like, I support you. like we've known each other for 5 months, And, but no, it's times like that I'm able to look back and be very proud and excited and it's a great story. We end up having SJ. We've been together for, how long has it been now? 2017, 9 years, and build all these things together. But whenever I was in the shit there, like I can't tell you how many sleepless nights I've had, how many nights watching, during that time with my ex, like it was just me and the girls, dude, my daughter slept in the corner of our house because that's where she felt safe. Whenever my daughter, my oldest, is sleeping in the corner of the house because that's where she felt safe from some of the traumatic things that happened in our house, that'll fuck with you. It's still like, I try not to think about those things a whole lot, but whenever they come up, I look back and I'm like, Adeline sleeping in the corner of the house because that was where she was it was compact. It was between like the 2 couches were here like this. So she'd sleep in the corner because it was just confined. She's 8 years old and that's where she felt the safest in the entire house. Fuck me. Was I really creating the right environment for her? And that's where it was like, Seth, what are you going to do about that? How are you going to make sure that she feels safe to be in her room again? What are you going to do? What are you going to make of your life here? Mm-hmm. And it's heavy. Being a single dad, that's also where I said, like, I came up with the phrase, I don't have problems, just more work to do. Mm. Like everything that we sell and make money off of, some of the highest profiting, highest revenue items that we have all came from the worst times in my life. Like, I don't have problems, just more work to do. I say that to myself over and over because, like, I had a problem in my life. Whenever my ex was doing heroin and it was in our house. It was detrimental to the children. That was a fucking problem. Like if one of my kids got that on them, you get fentanyl on a fucking 2-year-old, probably going to die. That doesn't feel good. That doesn't make me feel good inside. And it's like, how am I going to work through that? And it's like, at that point, whenever I was thinking about all those things and that happening, like Monday didn't matter. It didn't matter if it was Monday or it didn't matter when it was. It was like, that was such a problem that it was consuming everything that I was. Like, it's like Monday, fuck. I wish like Monday was like the hard day. The hard day is trying to make sure that this shit doesn't somehow fucking kill my kid. Like, that's fucked up. Now my life is like, my biggest problem is having employee problems. Like, that's not a problem. Shut the fuck up, dude. It's just Monday, dude. Just go to work and you'll figure it out. It's just work. You figure it out. Because there's people actually out there with big problems. There's people out there where their kids aren't healthy. Their kids, they do have debilitating diseases. They do have things. There's 5-year-olds that come down with cancer, come down with leukemia. If SJ all of a sudden, if we took him to the doctors and he had leukemia, Seth's not on the internet anymore. I'm probably going to lose my dog shit. I'm not going to be okay. And then there's people out there that those things happen to, and I'm like, that's not part of my life. I don't have those things in my life anymore. I'm just going to get to fucking work on myself and fuck some shit up. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. I went on a rant there for a minute, but
no, bro, we need these rants.
Yeah. And for things like this with you, it's super scary,
I feel very close to that place that you were in when you were going through all that shit. I think it's very nice to hear your story, not just for myself, but I'm sure other people in the audience can relate in their own fashions. But it's also a nice place to put myself in the perspective of gratitude, because no matter what, even though things may get extremely hard, and these are normally relative to what you've experienced before, I know there's always someone else that's got it a little worse,
That's what I mean. It's a morbid. It's hard to do because everybody's got it worse. But here's what I was going to say: you're allowed to feel bad. Like it's okay to feel bad. Like it's a good thing. Like I look back and I'm like, it's good to feel bad. Just let it out. It's part of a grieving process, if you will, for lack of better terms. Like go ahead, like sit by yourself and be like, fuck, dude, I just want to feel bad. Like it's okay. Feel bad. Go to a dark place in your head, really absorb it all, but understand that you can't stay there.
Yeah.
You just have to know you can't stay in that spot. You can go there, get fucking mean in the gym, let out your emotions. It's good to be emotional. It lets you know that you're alive, even if they are bad. Like, it's okay. Feel bad. Watch a depressing movie. It's listen to fucking stoic, intense songs when you train and just let it out. But you have to know you're not allowed to stay there. Like, can't stay there for too long. Okay. For those low things that you need, you also need those. It's a rewiring time to know that you need to come back up, because it's somewhat of a roller coaster ride, and it's emotional, and it's there's nights whenever you cry. Like, I can't tell you how many nights I cried watching my kids sleep in a fucking corner or get upset or this. I'm like, God damn, what am I doing to myself? How did I get here? How did this happen? Doesn't matter how or why. Stop doing that. Let it out. Be emotional. Be emotional, and learn how to do it by yourself. Being alone isn't a bad thing, because you can learn a whole lot about yourself, what you actually want out of life.
That's one of the things I really appreciate most about you, and why I'm super honored to finally have you on the podcast, man. Aside from like the fucking thousand of people that have been requesting you over the last like 2 years, but I don't know what happened in the last 5 years, but somehow having a family had become the most important thing to me. And maybe that's because my family life was a little crazy when I was younger.
Sure.
Wasn't quite ideal. But this feeling had kind of come out of nowhere, started dreaming about it. And if there's a place that I can say I'm very happy now, from just moving forward, even when those feelings come and they go, but then they come again months later. Just by moving, I know I'll be getting in a better place. And I think in that phase of clarity, I can say that, and she and I are in good terms, and I couldn't be more proud of her. But that experience was so phenomenal and important to me because her family is amazing, and they showed me so much love. A love that I don't think I've ever. And I hate to say this because I don't want to put anything down on my parents, and my relationship with them is better now, especially my father. But really showed me what a family could be like, and how fucking awesome it is. So
it's like that feeling that came over you of like the feeling of family and all these things. I personally believe that it's something that what develops from being a young man into that next stage of life, because it's the procreation, because we are put here to procreate. Like we need to reproduce. We should. That's part of like the masculinity side of spreading your seed, if you will. It's not like it's not like, oh, with all these different women, it's like, I believe that you will find somebody that build a life with, and choosing the right woman to do so with, and wanting to reproduce. It's this thing that happens, especially whenever you see or feel something in life when you're like, I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
I would like to have a young son or a daughter or multiple children that are me. Mm-hmm. That's why I take it so incredibly serious, because it's like Hannah and I are creating lives. Like we have 3 children. I want them to understand like what it's like to have a home, and what they should, and finding a significant other, and how to go through these different stages of life, and make sure that whenever you do find somebody, you actually know it's the right person to build a life with. And that's super hard. And you don't just build a life with someone because of one reason, them being handsome or anything. You need to make sure that there is a physical, mental, and emotional connection with those people, and that your life will align with them. Because today there's the divorce rates through the roof. Broken homes are so common. It's like you need to make sure that when you're building a life, you build a life with them, and choosing the right person to do so. And it's tough to do, and things aren't the way they were 50 years ago or anything like that. So, and today it's a crazy world today. It's very difficult.
Feels like it sometimes.
Fucking right it is. Like you're because today the world's so different. The internet has changed so many things. Lust and all these different things are so readily available, and it changes how we as young men think, and it changes how women think as well. What's important in life. It's like, fuck it. If you said like what's important, like right now in my life, I have my kids are thriving right now. I can't wait. I can't wait to do things with my kids. And it's like, man, if you took everything away from me in my life, all the businesses and everything that I am, I'm like, I still got one hell of a family that loves me, and I will work my ass off for them. And it's like, that's a unique position to be in. And I don't take it for granted. And that's why I'm like, I am so grateful, because 10 years ago, I never thought that this was what would occur. It was very scary. And it's like, and that's why I have hope, like for any, like someone like yourself or any young men out there being like, I don't know what the fuck to do with my life. It's like, dude, just keep working. Just keep working, meet people, go out there and put yourself out there whenever you're ready, and don't be afraid to, just be yourself. And if you're like, I don't know who the fuck I am right now, then now's not a good time. Figure it out. Take your time, dude. And you'll work through it and find somebody. Like I never thought at that point I'd be like, I'm dating this 22-year-old girl, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? And now I'm here with this life, and I'm like, I have the most beautiful thing in the world. And then, so, yeah.
Oh yeah. With peptides growing substantially in the last couple of months alone, honestly, we could list out a long list of all the peptides that have helped us. You guys have heard these peptides and these research chems in the podcast maybe a million times. Peptides I've used from APR such as BPC 157 and TP 500 for soft tissue healing, retatrutide and other GLPs, mitochondrial support such as SS31, MOTC, 5-amino-1Q, methylene blue, SLU. There's a bunch of others. Obviously, the list goes on and on. One of my favorite things, though, that I've been utilizing, such as during my last prep, that has allowed my blood work to come basically pristine, aside from slightly elevated liver enzymes at about 60 and 130 1 week after the show. And this is after a leg day because my dumbass doesn't want to skip a training day. These are probably the things that I think are the most important. So this includes like your injectable glutathione, injectable or even just normal NAC, liposoluble glutathione, GI aids such as oral BPC, oral TB, KPV. A lot of these things have probably been very substantial in reducing oxidative stress and keeping all my blood markers down, and thus keeping me as basically healthy as fucking possible that you can be while you're bodybuilding. So I couldn't be more thankful to Mike for literally showing me the ropes and also providing me with all of these things. Even the compounded supplements that he creates for blood pressure and reducing oxidative stress on all your organs, including your cardiovascular system, your liver, and your kidneys. All of these that he creates have been very substantial, honestly. So you can find any of these at his site, aprhealthsolutions.com. And he has offered me a code Nile for you guys to use, which will offer you a 15% discount off of all of that as well, since he knows that the codes are a little bit just for the homies, you know. If you guys end up using those and you like him, please let me know. Shoot in a comment, just give me a DM or something. And if you ever have any problems or any questions, I'll be here too. This is a community for me. Even though I don't have a fucking Discord because I'm lazy as shit, but I fucking should make one. So love you guys, and keep training hard. One of the things you said earlier too really resonated with me because it's funny. Just recently, I met a friend that has such an amazing mindset. Shout out to Janaea. And I think the way that she words the things that you and I both say is so powerful, especially from like a woman's perspective. It's cool to hear it from a woman's perspective. Of like, she was always at one point in her life, after all the crazy shit she's been through, she was always searching for healing. Like she always wanted to like heal this trauma. And I think she got to a point where she realized by consistently feeling like she had healing to do, she subconsciously implanted in her mind that there was always something wrong with her. And it wasn't until she realized like, okay, these feelings come and go and we process these feelings, but then it's time to move. And like the way that she uses and phrases with the word move, that changes. That changes over time. And you get somewhere powerful and very beautiful. And I think in those moments is when, if you're confused or if you're a little bit lost, the decisions kind of just come to you, you know? It's like the things just kind of just fall into place, even if you didn't really have to think about it so crazy, you know? They just kind of fall into place as long as you move.
Yeah, and it yes. And you have to be okay with that. Like because sometimes like holding on to those old feelings, like I was saying, like it's okay to be depressed. It's okay to feel those negative feelings, like feel them, but just know you can't stay there. Like don't get stuck, because you'll get stuck and then you won't move in that same second.
Exactly.
But it's like, cause it's, but you need to, and you know, the more you put yourself out there and just try new things, you keep moving in a sense. Like that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
But it's also scary as fuck. That's why
for sure.
That's why people get stuck, because it's scary.
There's another a clip from a podcast with Chris Williamson on his Modern Wisdom podcast. There's a professor stating, and I think it's applicable to really a lot of really tough situations, but he was specifying it when it's something like a breakup, where there's like three things that are very important to do when you're moving through this phase. One of them is to focus on the reasons that it happened, not on continuously on the good memories. The second thing is to have fun, which I think can be included in just move, you know, get out of the house, do shit. And then the third thing, which is somewhat contradictory to the first, but I think perfectly explains, or I think you perfectly explain it when you're saying you feel it and then you move forward, is listening to sad music is actually very powerful because it helps you understand your emotions.
Yeah.
But then that's not a place you stay. You process those, you feel them, they're gone, and then you move on.
Yeah. You all are very true. Yes. And it's, today it's so weird because there's so much information out there of like, if you do something like that, you're a little bit of a pussy. And it's like, no. Like, I am one hardcore intense motherfucker. Like, when push comes to shove, I'm very intense. However, at the same time, like, when you're in a spot, you need to feel those feelings. You have to. Don't just bury them super deep down and never let them out, because then you're going to start becoming something that you're not supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Like, you shouldn't do that. Like, that's where like this crazy, hateful, spiteful, crazy, nasty energy comes from, because you literally created it within yourself. Mm-hmm. It's so I'd say that the feeling your emotions, because that's what we're emotional people. You know what I mean? Like, we as human beings are, think of, I've been saying this a lot because I've been working on it for the past, probably 8 months to a year. Like, my personal energy. I'm very important in my life, as are you, especially as men. If you are a masculine man in life and you are in a relationship, it's just natural in a relationship for the man to be more masculine and to take more of a leadership role in a relationship. If I am a negative cocksucking prick when I come home from work, I'm probably, the energy in my house is probably going to dip down. Mm-hmm. Whenever I come in with that energy, it's going to dip down. Whenever I'm at work, if I'm in a negative, intense fuck you mood at work, they're probably going to be a little standoffish towards me. They're going to be like, fuck, Seth's here. This is going to happen. It's not going to be good. He's in a pissed off mood, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, I'm controlling all of it. Whether the things that I say are positive or negative, that energy is going to trump the things that are coming out of my mouth. If I have this fuck you look on my face and just kind of stare at my kids, they know it's not me being happy for them. It's an energy that you can give off. So that's why I've been talking a lot about making sure that you are understanding of all those things, because that energy that you elude is going to be what is going to come from it. And the more I take, whenever I have a bad day or an intense day at work, I'm like, this is a shitty fucking day. I'm on my way home. And then I'm like, before you walk in that door, you get your shit straight, because they don't need all your bullshit from work to come in there. And then it's come in and it's like, all right, Seth, everybody is going to be so excited to see you when you walk in that door. Be excited. It's really hard. Don't give a fuck, Seth. Get your shit together. So I walk in the door. Hey, everybody, their dad's home. Hey, babe, how are you? All this. I'm like, good. It was an intense day, but I'm glad to be home. Energy is completely different. Mm-hmm. And then she's going to be like, hey, okay, do you need anything? Back rub later would be great, babe. Now she's going to look at me and be like, fuck, you had a bad day and you looked at me and said, how I can help you by just giving you a back rub. Scratch my back. It's been a hell of a day and it'll be great. It is now, she feels a value in a very bad time, a very rough day I've had. And if the same thing would go, if she transfers the same energy of her having a rough day, and I was like, ooh, you having a bad day, babe? Yeah, it's not the best. I was like, is there anything I can do for you? Yes, I'd love a foot rub later. Foot rub later then. Now in my head, I'm like, Seth, you will rub those motherfucking feet later. Don't fall asleep at 9:30 on the couch. Whenever she sits down, grab those feet. It's such simple little things, but that energy is what I've been working on the most in my life. And it has literally transformed my household. And that it goes to, this, I don't know how to say it, but the frou-frou concept of energies, I am a firm fucking believer in it, because once I adopted the principles in my house and my life has drastically gotten better. So,
I fucking love that, man.
yeah.
The back rub. Let's go.
Oh, dude, it's again, like if you have a bad day, there's nothing like your woman giving you a back scratch, they loving you, giving you sweet ovens, and you're like, man, I'm good. This is okay. Work's just work. I can get through anything.
Yeah. A little bit about something that we discussed. Like we were discussing hormones and how powerful your health inside and your hormone balance and even any neurological or hormonal changes due to drugs, medications can cause that are honestly, I think, very undervalued because, dude, like sometimes this shit can literally change who you are. That's one of the reasons why I started this podcast in the first place, man. I started gear like not knowing what I was doing. And I definitely went through a whirlwind of mental and emotional roller coasters through it. And I know a lot of people that have been through the same. And I know a lot of women who have told me a lot of the things that they've gone through, whether or not it was from anabolics or SSRIs or birth control, which surprisingly for some tends to be the craziest roller coaster. That's why I like talking about this shit, man. And it's also why it's really cool to talk about one of the pioneers in this space. But yeah, I want to ask, what was the first memory that comes to your mind when you think bodybuilding for you?
Training. The first thing that pops in my head whenever I think of like the bodybuilding aspect is I immediately go to when I was like probably 16, 17 years old. Before I got into gear, anything like that, it was just the training side of things of, there was a good friend of mine, Joe Trapani. He taught me how to do crazy drop sets on leg presses. Like we've just built up, pyramid up in weight the whole time on leg presses. We do like 10 sets. And then once we got up to the top weight and stacked it out, it'd be time for the drop set. And then we'd just do a fucking crazy strip set. And, I was 16, 17 years old and he's like, we're going to do this and your fucking quads are going to be huge, dude. They're going to be huge. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I love it. And that memory, and I say that leg presses built my legs because of that concept. And he would always teach me about where placing your feet plays a different role. It hits, your feet go down more, you hit more of your quads, and it takes out, some of your glutes and your hamstrings, and your feet go higher on the platform. You start feeling it more in your glutes and your hamstrings than you would if you put your feet lower. And I'm like, yeah. That time period is like training with him and just learning. I loved it because he knew I wanted to be a bodybuilder and he loved bodybuilding, and it was just cool to experience all that and fucking be young and kind of stupid. Because today, like, I don't know, like everybody's always trying to be so optimal and so perfect. And I'm like, dude, fuck it. Just go have fun in the gym. Just experience it all. It's cool that, you're going through all these things, but if it doesn't work, if that science, what they're saying, or this certain workout doesn't work for you and it said it was supposed to, that's okay. It just didn't work for you. It might have worked for 90% of the other people. Go find something else to do. Go do something else cool. But that time period was just an awesome learning experience, and it built a lot of my mentality of just crazy meathead shit, if you will.
Fire.
Yeah, I loved it.
Those are the greatest memories, man. When we're doing that shit in high school and college. He would doing all the drop sets, bro.
Yeah, dude, just crazy. I still do them, and I'm like at work because I'm like, look at me, I'm fucking swollen, I'm super round and full. Because he would always be like, as we were training, like that was the first gym bro I really hung out with. Because we'd be training, he's like, you're pretty strong, but you look pretty cool. Like your physique's grown. He's like, would you rather look like, this is when Sean Ray was the fucking shit, He's like, would you rather look like Sean Ray and be weak as fuck? Or would you rather look like that guy and be the strongest person on the planet? And the guy over there is just some fucking like regular looking Joe after work. It's 4:00. And I'm like, I was like, it was just always a good time. Joe was awesome. It was just so much fun. Like Jim Bro asking stupid questions, just being meatheads.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in years. Fuck.
You remember those fucking 21s? Like I look back at those and I'm like, what the fuck was the point of that? But it was just to work hard, dude. Just to push yourself.
Yeah, dude, 21s. I mean, that's Joe was who I did 21s with. Like we'd get a fucking, a 50 pound easy bar and go back and forth, do 21s, come back my way. Dude, that was the shit.
Yeah, dude. For real.
Oh, a pump, dude. It was sick.
Do you feel like your training has changed immensely since then?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I still do some of that old school dumb shit. That it's just much more controlled. Like if I do, I'm getting all the science down. I talked to Jared Feather, dude. I'm getting a whole lot more down. There's certain points whenever you need to have full range of motion. There's things for lengthened partials. Drop sets drop sets have their place. All these intensifiers do have their place because in bodybuilding, I am a firm believer in sculpting a physique. Because I believe that training is an art form. And what makes an art form beautiful is the individuality of it all. So when it comes to training, I do not think that there can only be one brush being used. Because if it is truly an art form and you are a sculptor and you're the sculptor of your own physique, you need multiple tools and you need to know when to use them, how to use them. And it's things that work for me might not work for you. Things that work for you might not work for me. Yeah. And I like keeping an open mind with all different styles of training, even if it is a science based. I'm like, fuck yeah. Some of the things that I do, Jared explained to me he's like, that's a science based thing. I'm like, fuck you. No, it's not. It is. He's like, there's a name for that. I'm like, I don't like that there's a fucking name for that because I thought it was my idea. Yeah. But that's where I believe like even partial reps, the negatives, they're all great intensifiers and you have to know when to use them. And that takes so much fucking time in the gym. Like whenever you're doing, I just did an arm workout with Ty yesterday. It's like, there's times when it's good to be doing lengthened partials. And in the same set, you're doing lengthened partials, you could end up finishing with a couple full range of motion and negatives. Like that's part of that advanced to elite level of training that you'll get to of knowing when and how to use certain types of reps, certain types of sets, certain styles of training. And today, so many people are so black and white with things that it gets frustrating because I'm like, fuck, dude, just it's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to train and just experience it all. Fuck it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're a science-based lifter, the science says that when it comes to hypertrophy, bro, there's so many different ways. Like, there's not one way to skin a cat. It's different for powerlifting, but like when it comes to hypertrophy, bro, like, dude, there's so much different shit that you can do. Plus, it reacts differently for each person.
Yeah, and that's what was cool with training with Jared. And he's like, I was like, what's the RP way and all that? And he's like, it's actually, we're just giving you information. I'm like, fuck. Damn it.
That's a Jared way of saying shit.
God damn it. So, but no, again, that's what, whenever I think of bodybuilding, I think of training. I think of that building and sculpting a physique in the gym that you just spend hours and hours in there of figuring out your body. And I don't know, I love it. I think it's the coolest thing in the world. I do.
I'm the same way, man. I've told people this before, but training, honestly, in my opinion, saved my life. And that's how it all started for me too, was me finding a place that I actually had something I was passionate about to grow into. And dude, it just gave me like a reason, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude. If I don't train, dude, I find trouble. That's that degenerate side of me that I brought up. Like I try and fucking suppress the degenerate side of me so much because I love fucking fresh beers and I love smoking cigarettes. I love certain things in my life that I'm like, man, I was like, if I do not push to keep myself in good physical shape, I kind of I'll drift away.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, how the fuck did you drift over there? You're like Mr. fucking functional, dude. You're over here doing 100 burpees. And then you're over here being like, man, I just want to fucking rip cigs and fuck off. You're 41, Seth. You can't be doing that shit no more.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think I'd be like an actual serious drug addict if I didn't have training. Like I still get such a high from training every day that like it's hard for me to, like today was supposed to be a rest day, but right before we got on this podcast, I did some fucking ab rollers, which is why I was smashing a Rice Krispie right before our podcast.
Yeah,
I just fucking had to, man. I just had to.
I love it. And the fact that my kids are into it and my family, I'm like, fuck yeah, I just like training and having fun. And yeah. I do. And I think the reason that I have such a problem with some of the science shit is because I've always had a problem with authority. Always. Just fucking, it does something to me. Even, I mean, now I'm kind of like a fuck it. Like I don't really care about too much. But like from an authoritative standpoint, as a youngster, I have always had issues with it. So like, that's why whenever I hear the science and like, do it this way, and I'm like, my immediate reaction to somebody telling me how to do something is fuck you. So when I hear something, this is the proper way to do it, I'm like, no. It's just immediately. It's the same thing with the government. When the government's telling you something, it's immediately like, fuck you. No, you're an asshole. But yeah, that's probably the, and then talking to Jared, I'm like, fuck, you're really cool. I was like, it sucks.
Speaking of that, there's something that I loved you talking about on one of your first podcasts, I think, with Fuad, is I started thinking about this because you were talking about authority, but I remember you mentioning that you were seeing dosages that you see younger guys, even like middle-aged guys starting off the bat, just crazy, like shocking you.
Yeah, people, so I am always a proponent of getting as much as you can from as little as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've done some really crazy shit, but if you're not like at the caliber that I was, then you're not relative to that conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like motherfucker, you can't just go jam 1,200 megs a test a week and be like, Seth did it. It's like, dude, I built into that for years.
Right.
Years it took me to get to that point. You can't just start eating 3 Anadrol a day and saying, I'm going to look like Seth. It's like, no. That was a bad idea for Seth to do, even at the caliber that he was at. You like, whenever you're 5'6", 235 pounds, and you're like in really good shape, and you're running 700 mgs a tren a week, like 100 mgs a day, I'm going to attain a fucking look that is going to be much different than you at 190 pounds. You know what I mean? Like it's all relative.
Yeah.
And it's like I and some of these people that I was saying about doing these crazy dosages, I'm like, guys, you're not at that caliber. Yeah. You can't just jump. You get as much as you can from as little as possible. Yeah. And then people are like, and then whenever you hear like some of the dosages that I take now, or some of the dosages that these top professionals are taking, they're like, that's a fucking lie. There's no way that guy is. And it's like, no. He was building tissue, taking 1,500 mgs a test, 1,000 mgs of Primo, 1,000 mgs of Mast, 1,000 mgs of this and that. And it's like, now he's on a much lower dose because that's all the dosage he needs to take to sustain that muscle. It's not the same as building the tissue. It's completely different. It has changed. So, I mean, because I can even attest to it that right now, I still can't believe that I hold the mass that I do. And I'm like, maybe this is just like how I hold this size. Like, this is just where I am. Because in order for me to get under 210 pounds, bro, it takes a lot of fucking work. And I have to eat way less than I want to. And I don't want to do that. So I just kind of hang out in this like 210 to 215 range. It's like and in the summertime, I'm probably going to get down to like 205. I'd like to be under 200 pounds, but at the same time, that's what I mean. I don't, like right now I'm like 215, and I woke up this morning at like 214.6. And I was like, okay, Seth, you can't, if you let yourself go for a weekend of eating, you're going to be 220. Can't have that shit, bud. But the dosage thing, it's, I think that the thing that, don't do dumb shit. That's like just the most, that's the one thing I could say to these young kids. And it's like, you can dabble, but like, don't do what Seth Feroce was doing at his peak. And this is your third cycle. That's a bad idea. You're not there yet. Beginners are a beginner for the first 2 to 3 years of training. You know what I mean? At 2 years of training, you're still a beginner, dude. Right. 3 years of training, you're still a beginner intermediate. You're not an intermediate trainer until maybe 5-6 years in. Like, to have that level of advanced understanding of training, you need a decade under your belt of trialing a bunch of different styles, living in the gym, and just hours and hours of consistent training to understand your body, to understand when to do a partial repetition, when to do, this style or that. Try powerlifting. Go do a powerlifting program and see how you respond to it. You need to understand all that, but
yeah. One of the ways that I love guys that have been on the podcast, like Dr. Dean explain it too, and like their science way, is your androgen receptors upregulate with how much the longer you take gear and as you get bigger. And if you're taking that same amount when you're bigger, back when you were smaller, you're not going to have as many androgen receptors for that to attach to. You're going to have spillover into your hair, to your skin, into your side effects. And that's where you get guys that are just like not that big, and then you see them at the gym and you're like, fuck dude, that dude kind of looks like shit.
Yeah. We all see it. Yeah. We see it at the same time, whenever you start seeing, whenever you can visually see the negative sides on someone from gear, you're like, hey, bud, I will say it. I'll be like, hey, you need to pull back on the shit, bud. You need to cut it out, okay? I've been there. I know what you're doing. It's not fucking, you're fucking yourself up. You're being dumb. That's dumb shit. Whenever you have all the crazy acne, it's like, all right, you are eating like complete shit. It's seeping through. Or you're just responding in a very bad way that you should stop. But it's your body. You do whatever fuck you want. I'm just telling you, can't cry whenever the bad shit happens. Don't cry about it.
Yeah. Not being authoritative or anything.
Yeah, no. Some advice, but it's your fucking life, dude. That's the thing. Whenever it comes to gear, like, it's awesome. It's the fucking coolest thing in the world. Like, the first time I took steroids, I was like, this is fucking awesome. I really like this. Like, if you're in the gym training a lot and you love it, and then you take something that makes it cooler, that's the dangerous part. The dangerous part is you're falling in love with it. And be like, this is the coolest shit in the world. Yeah. And then there's a bunch of drugs I never tried. I can't wait to try them. That's all right. Gotta be careful. But yeah. We've all been there, and fuck. And that's what we started off by saying. That's why I'm like, I'm good on the Retta.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm good.
If you could go back in time, would you change anything in your first couple cycles?
So I don't want to be one of those, like, I don't live with any regrets. I'm very happy with where I am in my life. I've had to work through like my blood work because it did look like shit for a little bit. And that's why, I do the functional training and on top of everything, because taking all those high androgens, the high amounts of fucking test deca, D-ball, anadrol, bro, my blood pressure went through the roof. It was something that, unfortunately, my kidneys aren't damaged. I don't have any issues with my kidneys, but blood pressure is always something that I've had to keep an eye on, which I have under control. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. It just took time. And that's like the only thing I'd probably say that, like Ty, I trained, young Ty. He's in some of my YouTube videos, and he's in our customer service, and he does some training himself, and he wants to be a pro bodybuilder. So whenever we were working, I've worked closely with him for probably about 14 months now. And I was like, hey, I want to run an experiment with you. I was like, I want to push the limits. Obviously, we have to. He wants to be an open bodybuilder. He's 5'9", got him up to 270 in good shape. Shit. But it was like, I want to remove the things that I would remove if I did this again, where I would push more and where I would pull back. So I was like, I don't think we push many orals at all. Like if we use D-bol or Anadrol, we use them as a tool. We don't use them as a staple in the program. For like 4 weeks, we're going to eat Anadrols. No. We're going to use them sparingly where we can utilize it as a tool for X amount of time and really use the anecdotal experiences that you have as the feedback. Because is Anadrol going to work? Yes, it's going to work. But to what degree do we want it to work? How do we want to utilize it as a tool in the toolbox that we have? And that's where we were able to push with other drugs like the Primo or Masteron or insulin over prioritizing that over any of the orals. And it turned out like, I mean, all his markers, everything's been great, all of his blood work. And I'm like, fuck, dude. I was like, this is actually so much better using these drugs and then taking out some of the others. Cause yeah, some of the cycles that I've seen from other people, like people in the off season, I've seen people in an off season eating halotestin.
Oh shit.
Like, yeah, I was like, hey, that's like, you shouldn't be eating halos. You don't need 20 milligrams of halotestin right now. That's a fucking bad idea.
Like bodybuilders, not powerlifters.
That's what I mean. I'm like, you're a bodybuilder in the off season. What the fuck you eating halos for? Like this is murdering your body. Halotestin. It's in the toolbox. Keep it in the toolbox. When you need it, then we take it. It's just, it's like everything. And I'm really happy with how things work, but that's like that because the orals, I loved them and they were great. My thing was I love Superman drugs. Anything that made me feel like Superman, Seth loved. Cocaine, steroids. Fuck.
I kind of just want to have this discussion just simply because I had the same discussion with Fuad and Ian.
Okay.
So I feel like I just got to do it with all the bro chat guys.
Yeah.
But Fuad and I had a little bit of a debate about it, but I think we came to the same conclusion. And then Ian and I did come to the same conclusion. But the reason I brought it up is because there was a percentage of people in the bodybuilding industry that just kept claiming that like top pros are taking 5+ grams, 5 to 10 grams of gear. And I think now because of this podcast and a lot of other podcasts, people are realizing like that's not the situation. Like there are people that have done that, but it's not an average, you know, like it's not like all these open pros are taking 10 grams of fucking gear, dude. No, it's not. And you shouldn't do that either. So, I was wondering what you think about Fuad saying that he feels like there's a sweet spot for everybody and where you think that sweet spot lies for an open pro in terms of like, I guess we could just say like just test alone. Cause I think that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, so this is a little bit of insight into the industry. And I'm sure he doesn't mind me saying it now, and I don't even know if it'll ever get to him, but Kai Greene, back in like 2008, 2009, 2010, bro, that dude was running more gear than anyone has ever heard of, okay? I don't know the exact dosages, anything like it, but when you have the entire industry behind the scenes saying like, hey, this motherfucker's pushing it. And it was, from what I heard, it was around that 6, 7, okay? And that's hearsay. But that was the most that I heard anybody talking about. So when people talk about like pushing the limits and things like that, Kai was doing it and he was scaring everybody in the industry. Like everybody in the industry was freaking out about hearing the numbers. And that was like around the numbers that I was hearing. So if that was that, like nobody's pushing this 10 gram thing. 5? Yeah, some people pushed 5. But most of the time, like big open bodybuilders aren't complete fucking morons. They find the sweet spot. But in order to find the sweet spot, you got to push the limits. And they might push the limits of, 5 grams, like 5 grams of gear. Yeah, there's guys out there banging 2 grams of test a week. For sure. That's for sure. There are guys out there that are doing that. I pushed 1,500 MIGs, and it was only for a short period of time because whenever I took 1,500 MIGs of test, all I did was notice a bunch of shitty sides. Like I just know it became all of a sudden I started getting really oily skin. The zits started showing up and there was no increase in performance. So I was like, Seth, you're going back down. But like, so whenever people talk about like, you know, like people doing these, I'm like, there was somebody when I was coming up, Kai Greene, that was pushing those limits. And it might have been 5, might have been 6 or 7. Again, I don't know the exact numbers. He never was like, this is what I'm taking. Never. His coach was Oscar Arden, and Oscar, we all knew Oscar pushed dosages. But it was like, that had everybody behind the scenes talking.
Yeah.
So that was where, and I'd probably say there's still a handful of guys out there that push some crazy dosages. But again, there will be something that pushes them back. I'd probably say, I don't actually know because I was never 270, 290, 300 pounds in an off-season setting. So I don't really know.
Right.
But everybody does find their sweet spot. And it is different for everybody. Like I knew that at 1,000 mgs a test, I knew that I operated at a high level. I had very little side effects from the testosterone. I was able to keep estrogen conversion at a low. It didn't really have any issues. Yeah, everybody finds their sweet spot for sure. And especially now with the knowledge that people have behind about Primobolan, Masteron, and some of these other drugs and peptides and how to properly utilize insulin and the quality of growth hormone now, bro, you can do some really, really fucking wild things on a much lower dose of testosterone than I believe that we knew about 20 years ago, 30 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I think, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I love the way that the industry is going right now. They're just being a lot more conscious of everything in terms of longevity in the sport. And even gut health is really showing in physical attributes and the guys on stage, which I think is awesome. You know,
hey dude, that is one thing that I don't think I talk enough about. I'm massive on gut health, huge. I think that your gut controls a lot of your body, and it's from the non-sciencey standpoint of it is, whenever your gut is operating at a high level, and you're taking a quality shit, and you're not bloated. Your gut's not distended, and you're trying to look good when you take your shirt off and not be distended or anything, bro, you're like a fucking completely different person, because whenever you have diarrhea, you're constipated, you're bloated, you're a prick, dude.
Yeah.
You're not cool.
Yeah.
Like
for sure.
Your training sucks and you're an asshole. It's like, all right, cool. My gut's important. Simple as that. You know?
Yeah, man. It's crazy. I don't think there's anything that makes me more irritated intrinsically than just fucking having the fucking farts, man.
That's what I mean. If you got gas and you're like, and you got to go to the gym and you have gas, or you're spending time with like your girl, or you're fucking going anywhere and you got like nasty gas, not fun. You're just like, this sucks, dude. That's why I'm like, I don't eat things that fuck with my stomach, dude. I just don't eat them anymore. No matter how much I love them, won't eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that. I appreciate you for talking about that, man. I think that helps a lot of people. Plus, I know everyone's super interested in not just the gut health, but all of it. And I think, like, obviously, I'm not as in the industry as you guys have been. You guys have so many more years ahead of me. But I don't know. Like when Phil Heath said on, I'm pretty sure he said this on the Modern Wisdom podcast, that the most amount of tests that he's ever taken was 1.4 grams. I kind of just believed him, man. I'm like, like he's not one of the taller guys, and he's a genetic freak, and that's not out of the average, you know.
No, dude, I turned pro on. I was taking 600 mgs a test whenever I was up till I was 6 weeks out from nationals, and then Hani dropped it to 300 mgs a test a week, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck are we doing? And he's like, you don't need that much testosterone right now, Seth. You need it to go down. And I'm like, this is like, what the fuck are we doing here? And it was just like, there was a process to it all in learning your body. And even though it might not, because it didn't sound cool. Like I wanted to sound cool, like I was taking 1,000 mgs a test.
Yeah.
I was so young and dumb and naive to it all. And I think that's also a part of it. But like with Phil, like, bro, there's nobody was like that fucking guy. Nobody. It was wild watching him train and grow and mold his physique. Yeah, I do believe him. 100%. Yes.
Yeah.
And then I also know guys that in powerlifting that would crack a bottle of test and take the entire fucking thing in a day. Like, I do believe them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Powerlifting does some crazy shit, bro.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, that sounds like something you would do. And I'm not going to deny that. Was it a good idea? No. But that's what makes the industry so intriguing and awesome, I think. Like, and that's why I was like, cool, like you do whatever you want. And if you want to tell me stories about you fucking doing wild shit, I'll listen. I mean, I might get a little fired up and want to try it, but then I'm maybe like, think about it. That sounds dumb. Don't do it. Okay, cool. Moving on. But yeah, I think that's what makes the industry also really cool. And that's why I say, like, it's your body. You can do whatever fuck you want with it. But whenever bad shit happens from it, you don't get to cry. Like I don't get to cry about any of the negatives that happened to me in life because it was the choices that I made that led me to this point. So, yeah.
What would you say is your favorite prep and competition you've ever had?
My favorite prep?
Yeah. Favorite prep competition? Nationals?
Nationals.
When was that again for you?
As 09. I turned pro in 09, and then I did the Dallas Europa in 2010. Dallas was fucking wild, but I had to fucking make weight. I'd make 202, so it got nasty. And but I have a lot of very fond, incredible memories. But the Nationals I didn't know how good I looked. I didn't know. And like Hani just kept me in line. So whenever people saw me in person for the first time, they were fucking like, what the fuck are you? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't even know. So it was like the prep in 09 was the most fun. Yeah.
What were like the aspects that you remember the most about that prep that made it so memorable for you? Aside from that,
the last, I was 3 weeks out. I was 20 days out, and I had sent pictures to Hani, and he was like, and he never told me good job, and it always was rough. And I was doing so much cardio because I was young and I needed to get the fucking fat and intermuscular fat off my body. And I remember him saying, when was the last time you had a cheat meal? And I was like, I don't know, like week 10. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, dude, you're in charge of my nutrition. Like, I don't fucking, if you don't tell me to eat something, I won't fucking eat it. And he's like, you need to go eat a burger. And I'm like, we're 20 days out, bud. I'm not going and eating no cheeseburger. You out of your fucking mind? And he's like, you need it. And I'm like, I don't know if I could eat a cheeseburger right now, bro. I don't know if I could do it. And he's like, you need to. And I'm like, no. Oh, I fought him. And then he's like, you need to go to a steakhouse and just get a steak burger. And he's like, you need to eat the burger, and you need to eat the fries, and you need to eat a dessert. And I'm like, I was like, but I don't know if I could eat dessert. I was like, I don't think I could fucking do it, dude. We're 20 days out. Who does this? And he's like, what do you like? And I was like, well, I like angel food cake with strawberries and shit. Like, that's a light dessert. You know, I didn't want to say like fucking cheesecake. I'm not eating cheesecake. You out of your mind? So I go eat a steak burger at a steakhouse, and I eat the burger, literally get up out of the seat, because I've never done this. I've never been this deep in a prep. I ate the burger, and I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom, and I take my shirt off, and I'm like looking at myself in the mirror like, what's going to happen? Is this going to go away? Like, I was like, how is my body going to respond? Like, I wanted to see the transformation, it happening. And all I did was look a little bit fuller. And I'm like, cool. I go back in, I sit down, I eat the French fries. finish my Diet Coke, and I go right back into the bathroom, take my shirt back off. I'm like, let's just watch, dude. Let's just see what happens. It's super fucking cool. And like everything came to life, you know. And that memory is why I believe it's important for meatheads to experience it. Get super lean. You literally get to watch your body transform from things. And it was the fucking coolest thing in the world that I was like, man. And then all it did was just make me look better the next day and get right back to work and fucking just get even more gnarly shredded. And I was like,
that's fucking awesome, dude.
I was like, bodybuilding is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Yeah. Yeah, that was a big one. And then at Nationals, I took off my clothes, and people were just, we were getting ready to weigh in, and people just looked at me and they were like, bro. And I didn't even have any tan on, and they were like, dude, your skin is translucent. You look fucking wild. And I'm like, nice, dude. And I'm looking around, I'm like, nobody looks like me. And I'm like, oh no, this is wild. And Tamer Al Gundi, we were backstage getting ready to go out for just the quarter turns. And he looks at me, he comes up and he's like, hey dude, he's like, I work incredibly hard. He's like, I put in the work, I do the cardio. He's like, you look fucking insane. And he's like, you're going to win this show. And I was like, we didn't even go out for quarter turns yet. And he's like, you're going to win this show. He's like, keep your head on straight. And he's like, you put the work in. And I was like, man, memories. Those are the memories that I have. And they were fun. They're very fond memories because it was all very positive, and all the hard work that I did actually like paid off. It showed the work that I did was noticed by everyone.
Is there anything specific that you can think of or you remember that made that difference for that show and that prep? Or did just somehow you guys just nailed everything and it just worked out?
Bro, well? we caught lightning in a bottle. That's what we did. We caught it. That's really what bodybuilding is. Like when you catch lightning in a bottle, whenever that peak, you are at 99% of your possible peak. You have captured that lightning and you're putting on a show for everyone, and everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Like that's what bodybuilding is. You're showing everybody how good you can be. And whenever you see someone show on like Phil in 11 and 13, you're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. And you see him in 12 and you're like, yeah, he's okay. Meanwhile, it's still mind blowing, but he's not that 99%, that lightning. Mm-hmm. And I think that everything was just peaked so perfectly. And it was. Give a lot to Hani, and he always said, he's like, dude, you just did the work. You didn't say nothing. And I was like, I didn't know I was supposed to. Just fuck, do it and shut the fuck up. But
fucking sick, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I've been training for over 15 years now, and I was too lazy to track anything training wise for about the first 10 years, because science-based training's for pussies. But I kept hitting plateaus from burnout, fatigue, joint issues, and injuries, and other factors that at the time I didn't really fully understand, realizing not everyone is built to handle the intense and same workload and injury resilience as Tom Platz and Ronnie Coleman, sad face. I wanted to speed run that shit, but the reality is dudes that have always known their body best are the ones that have been lifting for at least a decade. Shit takes a long ass time to figure out. I started tracking all my training on the Notes app on iPhone because I don't know what paper is. Until recently, I started using the RP Hypertrophy app. The RP Hypertrophy app spoon feeds you step-by-step workouts tailored towards whatever your focus is, or you can customize the workout yourself. Well-educated coaches have always cost $250 to $500 or more a month. I'm paying $500. That's like 10 bottles of testosterone. But if you're not competing or you don't have the money to spend, the app will adjust your program for you every week to maximize your long-term growth. It'll base this on your pump, how fatigued you feel, how your joints feel, and more. It takes in everything to account. None of which I took into account in college because the only accounting I did was counting how many dumpies were in my class. Look, there's a titty. If you don't believe in science-based training, you don't got to do no 3 RIR shit. You can just hoist heavy steel and track it, because we all know that the people who say that they remember their weights, sets, and reps every week are full of shit. IMO, there's a sort of middle ground where you track your progress and make sure all the variables are right in your food, sleep, gear, progressive overload, and then you go to the gym and slam those heavy PRs until your blood pressure is higher than Miley Cyrus. If you're still unsure, they've got a 30-day money-back guarantee, so if you still don't like it and it gives you a bad tan, you can get your money back. That way, when you compete at your next show, your tan doesn't cost you the first place that you so well deserve. So go to the link in the description below, or you go to rpstrength.com/Nile and use code Nile at checkout. That's rpstrength.com/Nile, code Nile at checkout.
All right, a ton of questions, and somehow I'm not surprised.
I'm excited. I love this shit.
Matthew Orchard. Dude, I'm so bad at names. Matthew Orchard asks, what's the one thing in your career you would go back and change if you could?
I'd compete way more. Way more.
All right.
Way more. I wouldn't let the constructs of what people think of me change any of it. Mm-hmm. I'd just fucking compete more. I think that, because looking back, I wish I had more memories like I was just going over, even if they're bad, like fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, and when anybody thinks about you, like, oh, I don't want to have a bad showing. Fuck it. Nobody cares. If you have a bad showing and come back and have a great showing, you're great again. It's fun.
What do you feel like you didn't compete as much as you did?
What's that?
What do you feel like you didn't compete as much as you did? Or what was the reason?
In
or
2012,
as much as you would have wanted?
Yeah, in 2012, whenever, that's when shit hit the fan in my life. And I wasn't mentally strong enough to handle the pressures of life. That's when my ex was at the Toronto Pro, whenever that was my open debut, and my ex was deep into the shit at that point. It's really ugly, and Hani noticed, and he's like, hey dude, he's like, you're not in a fucking good place. And after that, like, I was just really upset, and I started lashing out in a very, very childish way against Hani, against everybody, and rather than just pointing the finger at myself and what was going on in my home. And that's whenever I was like, I'm out. But it was a combination of just life kicking my ass.
Okay.
But even whenever I came back in the 2016 time and got big and got into it, I was building the companies and all this really cool shit. And I didn't compete because I was building companies. It was super cool. And I'm like, I'd love to, but I'm building companies. And it's like, fuck off. You should have competed, you pussy. You should have just did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
How many shows again do you do every season?
I did 3 pro shows. Did 3 pro shows. Again, turned pro in 2009, 2010, took 11 off to grow, and it didn't go the way that it should have went, because I didn't take it as serious as I should have. And then in 2012, life fell apart. Did 2 shows and shit hit the fan. But if I was recommending to somebody, I'd probably say 4 to 5 shows a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy,
for sure.
Man.
Yeah. Awesome.
With you and Flex taking over 212, man.
That's what I mean. I get my charger real quick. That's what I mean. Like, fucking Flex Lewis and I could have had a rivalry that would have resonated with everyone for so long. Just him and I going back and forth. Even if I lost to him every single year, it still would have been a beautiful rivalry.
Yeah, dude.
So much great stuff for bodybuilding. It would have done so much for both of our careers. It'd have been a ton of fun too. Like, we'd be laughing about it right now, being like, busting balls and enjoying it, you know? Yeah. But that's why I tell a lot of these guys too. I'm like, hey, just compete more. Don't be afraid. Don't do this to yourself. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
You also just have like a lot of hype. I don't even know what the word is. Hype questions.
Nice.
People just saying like, let's go. It's fucking Seth. Ask him everything. DC Power Stroke asks, will Paul ever touch the net?
What's that?
DC Power Stroke asks, will Paul ever touch net?
No, he won't. He won't ever. No.
Runel asks, what would you be doing if you didn't find bodybuilding?
So I have a degree in safety sciences, which is OSHA, EPA, DOT regulations. That's what I did as a consultant before I got back into bodybuilding. I'd probably be into that. I would be, I enjoyed it because I was around a lot of fucking badass dudes. And, I enjoyed the industry. It's, another industry, but I'd probably be, either a consultant or, at this point in my life, I'd hope that I'd be a director somewhere.
Okay. Twisted Roots Design asks, why can't you get more larges in stock, bro? Love the hardworking motherfucker gear, bro's killing it.
Large and extra large sells first every time. Every time. And that's something, whenever you like ordering quantities, Bob and the team got it on lock.
Yeah.
But like whenever you're ordering, you can't just order, 500 of every single size. It's got to be, it's all staggered. And it depends on the time of the year. We sell way more larges in the summertime than we do Black Friday.
Really?
Yeah. In the wintertime.
Why summertime? People want to wear something a little tighter?
That's what I mean. I don't know. Like, polling the people. It's like, why do you guys buy more larges in the summer? We've just, we've had data.
Wait, like more larges in the summer, more extra larges in the winter?
Yeah, we see the tick change in the summer. I'd probably say we order probably 15 to 20% more larges in the summertime than we do at Black Friday. Yeah, because we noticed there's an uptick in extra large and 2XL in the from fall into our fall release and our winter release.
All right, people going into bulking season, eh?
That's what I mean. I'm like, this is occurring. This is pretty fucking awesome. I love it. Yeah. But that's what we equate it to. But yeah,
that's great. God, dude, Patrick, I fucking love working with Patrick Tor, but man, he gets me fucking fat, dude. He gets me fat in the off season.
Does he?
He makes me eat. He makes me eat a lot of food.
Yeah.
I just have a low metabolism.
Gotta eat to get big.
Yeah, bro. Kadid Andres asks, how did you become one of the best supplement brands?
With Axe, I'm very particular with quality, the ingredients. And at the same time, the technology behind flavoring things is there to do. Supplements don't have to taste like shit. The technology is there to make sure in how to mask ingredients. But then, I don't know. I wanted this supplement company to be me. I wanted it to be high quality. I wanted it to be fun, innovative, and people should be excited whenever they take something out of their gym bag. So creating the labels that we do with the people like Bob, like, dude, we started off by saying I'm a little bit of a micromanager. Like, I'm a little bit of a fucking prick when it comes to these things because this isn't about my ego. Like, when it comes to anything that we design, anything that we put out, I remove my ego from it. Like, I want it to be me because it's like, I expect it to be high quality. I want it to be fun. I want it to be exciting because I was a customer for years in this industry, but I need to make sure that what we're doing here, when I say remove my ego, it's not about me. It's about you. It's about the customer. I want the people to have this wonderful experience. I don't just want to put a label on something just to put a label on it. I want them to fucking look at it and be like, yeah, I want to take a picture of this and be like, fuck yeah, and put it on the internet. I want them to get the experience of the label. I want them to open it up and have the experience of how great the new flavor is. I want them to have a pump that they've never had. Like, I want it to be fun because, dude, life can suck sometimes. And when life sucks sometimes, the one thing that was always a constant of greatness in my life was the gym. So whenever I was going through a hard time, that's where deadlifts and gummy bears came from. Whenever I was going through a hard time, the gym was there for me. So if the pre-workout, a protein powder, the carb powders that we do, all the stuff, if it can be there for people, fuck yeah. So I'd be like, hey, I'm not just going to approve this because you want it approved right now. I don't give a fuck what you feel. I don't care if this is really hard for you right now. You're going to make it fucking better. Not for me, not for you, but for the people. Because we have a wonderful customer base that supports the shit out of everything that we do. It's got to be better.
Yeah. So
I think that having that mentality and then developing a culture with people and other people within the company, now they know, like, we don't produce shit. Like we have a few things planned this year that I'm really excited for because I didn't have a heavy hand in it. It wasn't me creating all these new ideas. It was the team. So I'm like, hey, you guys made some really fucking cool shit. And I didn't do anything but approve labels. Yeah. Like this is awesome. So it's thinking of the customer first, what they want, making sure it's cool for them.
I love that you said that, man. Without a shadow of the doubt, 1000% of me truly believes that if you are trying to make money and trying to make a living for your family, how you do it is by doing it with a purpose of doing things for others. If you're just chasing the dollar, it's not going to happen. Or if it does, it's going to bite you in the butt later.
It will.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's where I feel very blessed that with all these new opportunities this year, I finally had the opportunity of starting something up. I'm kind of just helping them. I'm not one of the owners, but starting this company, this optimized HRT company with my best friend Nathan. And he's always been one of the best guys, just one of like the most genuine dudes, you know what I mean? And people who have watched my content in the past know him because they can tell from his energy. He's always been just like a real down to earth motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it's cool to be able to do this with him because in a company that I was working with before, they went down with some lawsuits and they did a lot of things that I wasn't proud of.
Right.
And so it's really cool that now we can just do it the right way and learn from all of their mistakes, you know?
Yeah, dude. And you do it with your passion. You do it with who you are, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be tough. It's a roller coaster ride. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love it. I am meant for the roller coaster. I do not ride the merry-go-round of life. I'm up and down and all around. And you be excited, experience it all. It's super cool. That's great. Yeah. And you'll see people, like you said, that do some fucking shady shit. And you're like,
for sure.
Oh, son of a gun. I thought you were different. I shouldn't be here. This sucks. You just learn.
Right. It's crazy. My boy Marcus was saying it for a couple of years. He was like, he could really tell that it was happening. And I was like, no way. There's no way that they're doing that. Of course. Anyways. Will Noble Fitness asks, ask him about the leg session he did with Kevin Levrone right after a back day. Dude, I remember watching that video.
Awesome.
That shit was awesome.
It was awesome. It was, yeah, that was my time to shine. I remember I trained with Phil and Jay and Hani. It was awesome. It was for muscular development. And that was right whenever Kevin like started coming back into the scene. And that was 2000, I think it was 2010, whenever I did that. And they were like, we need to get content with Kevin. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, you want to train with? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, what are you going to train? And Kevin's like, legs. And I'm like, fuck. yeah, this is bad. And I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm in it. I'd love to. And Phil was trying to talk me out of it. He's like, hey, dude. He's like, you shouldn't do this. And I'm like, hey, bud, I'm not you. Okay. Relief. I need to make a name for myself somehow. And Kevin Levrone's here, and I'm going to fuck shit up with him too. And then he buried me. It was awesome.
Did he just make you do sets on sets of back barbell squats?
Yeah, because he knew I was smoked. He's like, we're just going to squat until you quit. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to quit, motherfucker. I'll just die.
So
yeah, it was a lot of fun. Because I mean, that's the thing that it was not the smartest thing to do in the world, but at the same time, look at all the memories. People love that shit. And I look back, I'm like, fuck yeah, just go do some crazy shit and have fun.
Yeah. Apollo Young official asks, what's your favorite protein shake flavor?
Ooh. All right, mine changes a lot because like we have a lot of really good ones. First off, I'm a vanilla guy. I am vanilla over chocolate. I know Fuad fucking busted crazy balls about it. I just like vanilla shit, okay? I like it.
That's so vanilla, brother.
I know. Oh, you're a vanilla guy too? No?
I'm a cookies and cream guy. I like a little mix in
Okay.
there.
So we just did a peanut butter cookies and cream for our winter flavor. Bro, it was one of the best flavors we've ever done. I have 2 tubs left, but peanut butter cookies and cream was a fucking wild flavor. I'm a peanut butter guy, though. But yeah, I'd probably say, though, the one I go back to the most is marshmallow milk. So whenever we did marshmallow milk a couple years ago, it was a cereal flavor, and we did it, and I was just, it's a vanilla base, but then it has like the Lucky Charm marshmallow flavor to it. And that is my shit. It's good in protein shakes. It's good in creamies. It's good in the whey drip. It's good in the fucking protein balls that Hannah makes. Marshmallow milk.
Fire,
that's my
dude.
shit. Yeah.
That's the best shit, dude. Every time I'm hanging out with like Jared Feather and Wyatt at their house, or even my homie Mike, we're just fucking putting protein powder in milk and eating cereal.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah.
the time.
Need that stuff, dude.
So
I love it. I love it.
Jamie Dash asks, would you get back in the game if an Olympia title was a 90% guarantee?
Oh.
Dude, I meant to say this earlier. I don't know how many of the people in this audience have seen you in person, but holy fuck, dude. When I saw you at the Arnold in person, I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Like you pop, dude. Like you don't see that shit on pictures.
No,
You look crazy right now.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Make me blush. No, I appreciate it. It's the training. It's that sculpting the physique. That's that part where I'm like, well, I just love training so much. But if I was guaranteed a 90% chance of winning, oh fuck.
Sleep on it.
I sleep on it. Yeah, we'll go from there.
Chris Wolf asks, what's your favorite playlist song on Spotify to work out?
Oh man. I love the old school shit. Here to Stay by Korn is one of my top songs.
Oh, Korn, dude.
Yeah. It's like there's certain songs that I've been listening to for so long at certain like movements. Whenever I get ready to fucking just run through incline dumbbells, like my top set, like the fucking 150s, and just gonna go till I go to failure. I'll put on Here to Stay by Korn. Yeah. That was a big one. Cut the Cord was another one. Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, that's one song. We'll stay there, Seth. I'll run off on like 6 others.
I don't know why, dude. I just love doing heavy metal and heavy dubstep on back days. Like when I'm rowing. I don't know why it is. Maybe it's the headbanging movement, but I just fucking need to.
Yes. It's fun to I love all music. Like I love it all. Like it's that part, like that creative side where you just listen to a song and it can put you into it'll take you somewhere completely different. It's wild. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But like there is something about the metal, like getting fucking just tunnel vision with metal when you're doing certain, like if you're on a back day, there's nothing like it, dude. It's awesome.
Fucking hits different.
Yeah.
The people who like listen to classical music or like silence when they're training, I gotta be real. I can't fucking do it, dude. I don't know how the fuck I do it.
Training. Not when I'm training. I'll listen to like some Katy Perry or something before that.
Fire. Dr. Jonathan Aki asks, what an absolute OG. Would love your take on balancing life altogether, life, gym, business.
I will attest all of it to having a good woman. If I didn't have the support and the love of Hannah, I don't think I wouldn't balance things well. I wouldn't be able to be the dad that I am because she always has everything on lock. Like everything's taken care of. In my job is to make sure that I provide for the family and I, create this environment, if you will. And, she ran her gymnastics facility for 6 years, 7 years. And, she was full-time fucking gymnastics coach, but at the same time taking care of the kids and making sure everything was organized and dealing with all my bullshit of running the company. So I would say that her and I having a very close relationship of communication. And she did a much better job of that than I did. But having the good woman, like she just makes sure everything's on lock, and I'm able to balance the intensity of the businesses, my training, and then, making sure I show up for the family. Because there's days that I'd be at work for 10 hours and then I'd also train for 2. So 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., 7 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then I come home and like, I'm awake for another 2 hours and I got to eat and get cleaned up and I got food ready for the next day. And I'm like, ooh, you a bad bitch. I love you a lot. A lot.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Good woman.
Oh, yeah. Malik asks, what is your favorite stack to run in the off season?
I was a big test Anadraw, test D-ball, and Deca. Did that a lot, and things have changed now, and I would not recommend that because it's going to blow you out. It's not that they're not effective, but those were the 3 drugs that I ran the most. For me, what I would say is Test, Primo, and Masteron. Yep.
Fire.
I ran a couple years ago now, whenever I ran Test, Primo, and Mast, I was like, fuck me, is this wild. Completely different look. And then a decent dose of Serostim, which high quality growth hormone can make a massive difference. So yeah, that. Yeah.
What was running 4 Anadrols a day like?
I did 3. I didn't jump to 4.
Oh, 3. Okay.
It was
3, my bad.
It was absolutely fucking maddening. Like you'd mentioned earlier about how they can change your mind. They do. Mm-hmm. I don't care what anybody says. They will pronounce who you are more, because my intensity levels changed. Like I'm an intense guy to begin with. I'm always in it. Like if I get a bug up my ass about something, motherfucker, I am in it. But whenever I was running high amounts of gear, I can't deny that my intensity levels of everything was even more pronounced.
Yeah.
Especially whenever you start running something like Tren. Mm-hmm. I don't, anybody that says Tren doesn't change them is, I think you might be taking Tren right now in a state of denial. And that's okay. It's okay. But it does have an effect on you. It does. And some more than others, obviously. Some people, I know people that were taking Tren that didn't get the night sweats. And I'm like, man, everybody gets the night sweats. Like 95% of people I know that take Tren get the night sweats. It's kind of crazy. Is it real Tren? And I'm like, you're hard as nails and you look fucking wild. So yes, it is. So it's, yeah. I mean, it's just, being mindful of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nuts. I think the one thing I disregarded was the nosebleeds. Like I'd be training if I was like, I remember doing shoulders and I was training shoulders, fucking going crazy on a plate loaded shoulder press. And like, I'm fucking on my 6th rep and I'm like, and it just goes, and
fuck.
I was like, yes. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, I don't know. And I'm like, God damn it, Seth. But yeah. That's that part that's just, it's fun to look back on and laugh. But I look like, if I saw that happen in the gym to somebody today, I'd be like, oh.
That's hilarious. I felt like such a hardcore motherfucker when that would happen to me, but it was just because it was really dry at Purdue when it was cold.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah. But the 3 was
but
cool.
I tell people. Yeah.
Good times.
So many questions, man. Jackson Perks asks, how did you get such big delts and what's your favorite type of steak? How do you like it cooked?
Big delts. I did a ton of sides. I believe in volume for certain body parts, like crazy high volume. The delts are one of them because you can get your delts to look bigger just by the shape of them. So, and the only way to get bigger side delts is to do a fuckload of sides. So I think that you can just do a ridiculous amount of them. And it's one of those body parts that just can get beat the fucking hell in back. So why not trial and error and see what happens? I don't think 4 sets of sides is enough to make your delts grow.
I
just because they're utilized in every single exercise you're doing, so they can just take a beating. Well, then just do something off the wall to see. And I think that, and it's cool hanging out in the lateral machine and just kind of just sitting there pumping your fucking sides. Let's do them heavy. Let's do them light. Let's do lots. So I believe in high volume.
I do
and
too.
It can be high volume with heavy weight, high volume with low weight. Trial it out. See what it works. Steaks, a bone-in ribeye and bone-in filet are my two favorite. Yeah, those are my 2 favorite. Bone-in ribeye, bone-in filet. Medium rare every time. But I'd probably say bone-in ribeye, medium rare.
Dude, that's what I would say too. Nothing can beat it good. Oh God, it's so fucking good, bro.
I love the steaks. The steak is my favorite food to eat, for sure, without a doubt. Red meat, I love it.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I just had a steak last night, actually. It was at BJ's. It was fire, bro.
Nice.
Yeah. When I had underdeveloped shoulders in college, and I remember listening to Jeff Nippard's Ice Cream for PR's podcast before he started posting all the science-based YouTube videos.
Okay.
And they were talking about DUP, daily undulating periodization. So I just came up with this idea for the next 2 years. I'm going to change up my training program, and for 3 days of every week, I hit lateral raises. And on the first day, it was about an 8 to 10 rep range. Second day was about 12 to 15, and then the last day was 20 plus reps.
Fair.
And I would do 8 sets every single day of those 3 days.
Yeah.
Fucking juicy, 24 juicy sets. And then that shit blew the fuck up, man. Shoulders blew the fuck up.
That's what I mean. I'm like, oh, let's try some heavy sets. Let's do some light sets. Just do a fuckload of them and see what happens. And that's the thing with delts, dude. Great arms and great delts change a physique. They will completely change a physique. And same goes if you have underdeveloped arms or underdeveloped delts, it will have a drastic effect on your physique.
Sraben Professional asks, advice for a young father pursuing his passion, wanting to give them the world. 24 hour a day isn't enough.
Yeah, 24 hours in a day ain't enough. That's the thing, you're just going to learn through it. You just learn through it. Go at your own pace, but understand that it's going to be tough. And that's why you need the good woman, because there might be days when you sleep 5 hours a day for a month. And that's all you get because you're pursuing your passion and your dream. So you're going to have to sacrifice somewhere. Something is going to be sacrificed. And if you don't have a good woman that understands your passion and what you're going after, those sacrifices will be limited. And then which could potentially limit your possibilities of pursuing your passion. There's times in my life whenever I didn't spend a lot of time with my kids because work was a priority. And I needed to make work a priority in order for it to get better. So having a good woman was allowing me to make sure that I could prioritize work over home life for a certain period of time. And that you have to learn your own dance. You got to learn your own life. And you'll find that it'll just take time, be open, communicate with your woman. Very important.
Yeah. Asperco asks, aside from the winners, were you impressed with any other physiques in Detroit?
Yeah. I don't know their names. But the one that I really liked was Chris Miller. He was in the open. And then Nigel was the guest poser. I don't know his last name. He was the classic physique guy, Nigel.
You mean Niall?
Is it Niall?
Yeah. Are you talking about One Punch Man? Or One Punch?
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen him before. I feel like an idiot for never seeing him before. I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Right.
And I was like, this is one of the craziest physiques I've ever seen, like, in a long time. I was like, this guy is not a classic. I was like, he should not be classic. He needs to be in the fucking open. I was like,
that would be crazy in open, dude.
1 year with somebody that's focused on this guy growing I think he'd be a top 10 Olympian. Bro, it was fucking massive in person. Looking at him on stage, I'm like, this dude would fucking cause a huge problem for people. Huge. Dude was freak in person. Yeah. I thought it was Nigel. My bad. I knew it was the One Punch Man guy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You got, I don't remember who it was, who on Bro Chat was talking about it, but you guys were talking about Nile at some point in one of the episodes, and some guys reached out to me and they're like, yo, dude, yo, Nile, you fucking made it, man. And I was like, they're not talking about me.
They were talking about me. They were talking about me, dude.
Yeah, Nile's crazy though. My boy Andy Paredes said when they were together backstage at Olympia, like it's just like they're around the same weight cap, but Nile was just in a different league from him. And I think Nile gained I think it was over 10 pounds that he gained since his weigh-in to when he stepped on stage. Something
he
insane.
was 20, I think they said he was 24 or 28 pounds bigger at the Detroit than he was the week before at the Arnold.
What the fuck, dude?
Because that's what I said. I was like, this guy's not fucking classic. I was like, there's no way that guy's at his fucking height. They were like, yeah, he's up 24, 28. I can't remember what it was. And I was like, that is ludicrous. The guy, he was a freak. Incredible. I'm like, I was like, hey, like one off season, one full year, this dude would cause massive problems. Massive problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you're listening to this, Nile. Let's see you in the open.
Yeah, I'd love it.
Enter Garcia asks, preferred low risk gear protocol to stay jacked as we age.
I'll keep referring back to it. Test and Primo.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Great combo. Mast is great as well. Primo's hard to find right now. I mean, the guys, at least from what people have been telling me, Ty was like, he's like, it's hard to find real Primo right now. So I've been asking a couple people that I know. And yeah, because it's a hot commodity, because it's real Primo. People, you can get it and it might say Primo Bowling on there, but it's not Primo Bowling. But yeah, I think that's it's a moderate to low sides, and quality gains. It's just expensive. Yeah.
PPL Dad, kind of related, asks most underrated and overrated PD.
I like growth hormone, like a lot. I was like, quality growth hormone, man, it's just feels so much better. But at the same time, I think that you don't need it. So I don't know if I want to put it in an overrated category, because I like it a lot. But at that same point, like you don't, like I hear everybody say, once I take growth hormone, I'm like, like it's not the end all be all. It has I like it a lot, like I said, but I don't think it has something to state that you need to always be on it if you're a competitor.
Yeah.
I take a low dose of it now, like take 2 IUs a day, and I'm like, I love it. I feel great, sleep great. The body feels wonderful. But if you took it away, I'd probably just not sleep as well and feel like shit.
Yeah.
At least in my head. Underrated? I don't know. I think it's got to the point now that everybody knows Primo is great. Because it used to be years and years ago, Primo wasn't widely used. And not like it is today. It was kind of almost...
water.
Yeah. Like, what are you going to take? Fucking 400 mgs of Primo? And it's like, well, yeah, you should. If you take 8, it's going to be fucking crazy. So, yeah, I don't know. I really just stick to, I just stick to like those 4 main drugs: test, Primo, mast, growth, and then use the other ones, just sprinkling them in there in the toolbox. Like whenever working with Ty, or I'm giving advice to other people, like all the results that we've gotten with Ty, I'm like, hey, dude, you don't need much else. Like when it comes to prep, yeah, you can dig in to get some shit. But growing, I mean, yeah, it's changed.
Reckham asks, if your son wants the bodybuild, would you let him?
I'm big on right now I'm guiding Adeline, no longer raising her. She's 18. She gets to make the decisions that she's going to live with in her life. And I really am a very big proponent of, hey, this is your life. You do with it what you want. But whenever you start choosing to do shit that has intense consequences, they're on you. I'm not here to fucking save you. I will help you. But like, if he wants to go down that rabbit hole, I mean, I'm going to educate him on everything. Like I've educated Adeline on life and drugs and what it's like. And she knows my past, and she's, these podcasts are public and everybody knows that Seth has done some crazy shit and she knows it. And I'm like, good, you are allowed to have this understanding. You were allowed to know this stuff, but now it's your choice on what you do with it. I can guide you. If you have questions, ask me. I will tell you the truth. I will not fucking lie to you. I don't think will I lie to my 12-year-old about things? Yeah, she's 12. She doesn't need to know the same things. It's common knowledge, guys. Come on. But if he chooses to do that, I plan on educating my kids on life and everything, so that way they can make these decisions. And, people told me not to do certain things, and my love for fucking with authority was like, I shouldn't do it. Well, now I want to do it even more. Like that stupid thing that would go on in my head. But yeah, I'd be cool with it if he wants to. But he's got to know that this shit has consequences, and you got to live with them, not me, bud.
Right. Yeah. It's fucking awesome watching him spot you.
Ah, bro. He's so fucking cool. He's an animal. It's so wild. It's so cool. I love it. He doesn't. And the thing is, like, he watches everybody in the family. He watches me, my wife, Hannah, Addie, and Emmy, his sisters. He watches them all work. Like Emmy with gymnastics, she trains 25 to 30 hours a week. Adeline's always into something, schoolwork. Now she's in track. Hannah and I were always going to the gym. We prioritize working out and working hard and driveway workouts. Bro, that kid don't know any different. He's like, I'm fucking supposed to do this. And I'm like, yeah, you are, motherfucker. So he's just, I love it. It's so cool. So cool.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I forgot to ask you this earlier, actually, because we were talking about lateral raises, though. But how much do you think overhead presses are worth and important
to
shoulder growth?
All right. I do think, how do I want to say this? I think they're very important for overall shoulder development. They are fucking high priority. But in the sense of your level of training, like if you're a beginner, I am not an advocate for you doing fucking barbell presses over the head if you're a beginner, just because your body has to develop and you have to build all the muscles up. I mean, if you're cool with doing the 10s on each side starting out, or the 25s, absolutely. But nobody likes doing that. So that's where the risk of injury comes in whenever you think that you need to put 135 over your head. And it's like, that was a bad idea, because the form on overhead presses with any type of free weight is a lot. Because it's a way more difficult exercise than people think. Like, how do I put the dumbbells? Like, how far am I supposed to come down? Like, what am I supposed to be straight up and down at 90 degrees? Or they told me, I saw online, that you're a pussy if you lean back too much. You know what I mean? Like, it's super confusing. And it's like, because this exercise is dangerous. Like hoisting up heavier dumbbells, dude, it's easy to twinge your shoulder or cause a problem. So machine work, the plate loaded stuff now is awesome. But yeah, I'm an advocate for overhead presses. Yeah.
Sick.
And once you get it to that intermediate level, I do believe that heavy dumbbell presses and moderate to heavier barbell presses are beneficial.
Okay. Got it.
Yes.
DJ Craftmatic asks, ass or tits? Love your Pittsburgh accent and love for family. Always been a fan.
The Pittsburgh accent's heavy. I'm an ass man. I am.
I'm an ass man.
Love them. Butt cheeks, dude. Can't not like. You gotta like them, dude.
I don't know how you can if you're a bodybuilder, honestly.
Yeah, dude. I think the human body is incredibly fascinating. That's that training aspect, but also what someone can do with it. Like we were watching the Wellness Girls, bro.
Jesus, dude, that's crazy, man.
One of the wildest things I've ever seen in person. Like we were up close, and I'm looking at these girls, and I'm like, I look at Ty, I'm like, bro, I was like, their legs are bigger than yours. Dude, they're bigger than yours. This is fucking insane. Yeah. Their glutes were reaching like halfway down their hamstring. It was mind blowing. I was like, in the off season, these broads' legs, they're massive. They have to be, because they're peeled out of their mind.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, in the off season, these girls are huge, dude. Huge.
It's insane, dude. Real life centaurs.
Yeah. Yes.
Bissell asks, do you have any experience with SLU or 5-amino-1-MQ? Or maybe any one of those mitochondrial peptides?
I don't know anything about them. I feel like, because I was watching, there's a clip of Jay and Phil going around, a youngins asking them, and they were like, dude, we don't know anything about this stuff. Like they said it too. And I'm like, man, it's crazy that it's becoming, it's popularized, and I just don't know enough about them. I don't know if I want to learn about them, because then I'd have to take them. And I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to like anything more than I already do. So
I get it.
I don't even get in.
Wyatt, sorry, Wyatt Boo. I know Wyatt, I still fuck up his last name. Booplil. My bad, brother. Training frequency for deeper muscle cuts. He's mentioned that's how he built his shoulders.
Yeah. So, the volume side, that's what I was alluding to with the volume. With your shoulders, like I was saying, I think that you could just beat the shit out of them, because you want to have that 3-dimensional round shoulder. And it's like, I want my delts, that silhouette, I want the traps into the delts that cut into my triceps, and my triceps like come back out. So like whatever you're looking at, it's like the traps, the delts, and then they pop in with the triceps. So, I mean, like you even said you did 24 sets a week. Bro, I would do 10 sets on shoulder day of sides, and then on chest day, which you typically did on Monday or Tuesday, and then shoulders were on Thursdays or Fridays. I'd do, another 6 sets on shoulder or on chest day. So, I mean, I was doing 16, you did 24, and then it would change on the weights in the rep range as well. Heavier on chest day, or, moderate to heavy on shoulder day. Crazy drop sets, strip sets, running the rack up, running the rack down. Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Get Cooked says, just do your thing, bro. It's going to be a great one.
Nice.
Fire. And Platelifter's asking, when are you dropping a new podcast episode?
All right. I'm working on building out my facility. Everything is being revamped. All my content, everything's being revamped. April.
Fire.
April will be the unveiling of the facility and the new podcast.
Hell yeah.
It'll be cool.
I'll be staying tuned.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Building Daniel says, it seems like you're always being productive. Are there days where you don't want to be?
Yes.
I feel like a better another phrasing would be like, are there days that you aren't?
Yeah, I have. It's all, what is product? What do you mean, are you not productive? Yes, there's a lot of days whenever I don't want to be. And then I just kind of like, I got shit to do.
Yeah.
But I'd probably say once a month, whenever like Hannah and I will just be like, hey, like, I don't want to fucking go anywhere. Like, it'll typically be a Sunday if we're not traveling or something. And we're just like, let's just kind of hang out. And at those days, we, her and I will spend time together. We're still prepping food, and we're still, making food for the kids and prepping for the week, but it's just where we're not rushing around to do anything. That's really what it is. We kind of like, fuck everything. Let's just do our shit and love each other.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine are always Sundays. Always.
Yeah.
It's not even intentionally. All right, let's just ask a couple more because I kept you for so long.
No worries. Yeah, you're good, dude.
Yoseba Ipara. I'm sorry, bro. I never say your full last name. I'm just too fucking scared. What's the best piece of advice you were given as a young man?
We talked a little bit about it earlier. Finding out who you are is super important in life. Like what you want. I was talking a little bit about energies earlier. I'm also very big in believing in manifestation. Like I think that your mind is the most incredible thing in the world. Like you have the power to do anything. Whenever you get something in your head, like you can make that happen. And I believe in that visualization, believing in yourself, that manifestation, but none of that fucking matters until you like know who you are. Like, and it's okay to not know who you are. It's okay to be like, I'm just lost. I don't know who I am. Great. That's a starting point. So let's try to find out who you are. Find out the things that you want. Start thinking about things that you could see yourself doing in life. What do you do for a living? Where are you going? Start asking yourselves ask yourself, who are you and what do you stand for? Don't use your name. Don't say, I'm Seth Feroce and I stand for the good. Okay, dickhead. Great. No. Who are you? Well, I am a workaholic. I work constantly. I love it. I love being a dad. I think it's the greatest thing that a man can do is just, reproduce and start saying things about who you are, just without using your name, and go from there. And then also that visualization side and the manifestation, you believe in those things because they're true. If you see something, you're like, I want this to occur. All right, start mapping out how it could occur and then see yourself doing it. Because if you don't ever see yourself doing something, are you ever going to do it? Like put yourself there, and it's super uncomfortable. It might make you scared, might make you uncomfortable. Fuck it. Like, who cares if you feel uncomfortable about it? Like, did I ever see myself on the Olympia stage? If I didn't visualize myself, then there's no way it could ever happen. There is, but it's like it's not going to be as strong. It's not going to sit on the front of your head. Like, start believing in yourself. But I think understanding who you are, what do you stand for? What are you going to do with your life? You were given this beautiful gift that is so incredible with this mind, this body, this opportunity that you have. Don't waste it. Don't believe it's for nothing. Just start living and find out who you are. Meet people. Put yourself out there. Be yourself. But again, you got to find out who you are if you want to be yourself. Like, don't be afraid to hold back if you have, any feelings, and don't get locked down. They're stuck by staring at a screen all day or worrying too much about what people think of you. Don't do that. Go to the gym, meet people, go out to eat, do random things with random people that are positive, Don't go doing stupid shit, but it's like just, get your gym bros and go get something to eat after you're done at the gym and talk about life. Don't get locked into your phone. Don't do that. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Life is very cool. It's super cool. There's a lot of really cool people out there. I mean, the Arnold was a perfect example of you and I meeting, that putting yourself out there and just experiencing life. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's really hard being a young man right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine a lot of these early 20s young men seeing these super flashy, expensive, materialistic things out there that young men have and think that is the end all be all to life. It is not. It is not. I have a lot of really great things in my life. I have very nice things in my life, but I will say that some of the greatest things that I have are the relationships with people. And I'm not just saying that because I have these things. It's like, dude, 10 years ago, I didn't have any money. I didn't have anything. And I have nice things now, but I'm like, I have the greatest relationships with people I've ever had.
Yeah.
And it's ride those things, dude. Experience life, and going out and doing those things will lead you to the money. That will lead you to more, to bettering your lifestyle. Because you're hanging out with people, you should hang out with people that want to do better in life, that don't bring you down. They should lift you up. They should make your life better, and you make theirs better, and you do better, cool things together. It's super fucking stupid, but that's what my business partner and I did. It's all real. It's very real.
I couldn't agree more, man. And I think that's one of the biggest blessings that I feel is, even though I'm not the most wealthy person right now, but I feel so wealthy because of all the amazing relationships and connections I was able to make in the last few years. And this podcast is honestly a big part of that. But really just by stepping out of my comfort zone and moving has, I think, allowed me to meet. Obviously, you meet a lot of sketchy people on the way, but by meeting so many different people, it's allowed so many people that I resonate with into my life. And I think it's made it a lot more fulfilling.
Absolutely.
A lot more beautiful.
Yeah. And I lost everything. I didn't have much at 31 years old. It's crazy. So even if people get into a bad spot or you feel a little bit lost, like it'll be okay. Just work, dude. Just do the work. The work will be recognized, people, and it's beautiful to be recognized, to know that you work hard. I think that's important. Yeah.
Well, I have one last question I ask everybody at the end of every podcast, sir. But if you were to disappear from the world tomorrow and you had one message you could send to the entire world today, what would the message be?
You know, my phrase is, be a hardworking motherfucker. You don't have problems, just more work to do. If I was remembered from that, I think that I'm confident enough in humanity that they would understand what that means, to be a hardworking motherfucker. Because whenever if you are recognized as, like, you know, I would look at my dad or my grandfather, and if there was the last things I said at my dad's eulogy, I'd be like, man, that dude was one hardworking motherfucker. Like, everybody in the audience would be like, I think I understand what that means. That dude didn't stop working. He worked for his family. He worked for himself. He worked to make sure that people knew that he cared about life. That's the environment I grew up in. So, and I tell my kids, I'm leading them to that path of that concept of being a hardworking motherfucker by saying to them, like, whenever they go to gymnastics practice, baseball, football, and they're 5 and 12, I can't tell them, go be a hardworking motherfucker, even though I've said it. I say, work hard, have fun, and be a good teammate. So even if I would say that right there as well, that's super important. Work hard, have fun, be a good teammate. Yeah.
Thank you for coming on, brother.
Hey, man, I had a really good time. This was awesome, dude. You're
glad,
deep,
man.
yeah. I'm there. I love this shit, dude. This is fun.
There's nothing more I enjoy more than this, bro. So I gotta say, it was the biggest honor for me to have you on the podcast finally. Looking up to you for fucking years, dude. I feel very blessed that you came on and that I was able to meet you in person.
I greatly appreciate it. You come to Pittsburgh, dude, we'll do it again. You come into town anytime, whether it's for a show or just to shoot the shit, come in for the facility, anything. I'd love to do it again on mine.
Fuck yeah. Thank you, bro.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah. I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
If you ever need anything, bro, please reach out. And same with all y'all.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. I appreciate it. Well, cool.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how you end them or anything like that. Dude, this was sick, dude. I thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate it as well. Seriously, though, you ever need anything, so.
Yeah.
And have a good night. Eat a fuck ton of food and protein.
Peanut butter and jelly rice cakes coming right up. That's my next move.
Fire. I'm gonna have a rice cake right now in your honor.
My man.
All right, I'll catch you soon. Later,
Yes,
brother.
sir.